So a stone comes flying over the wall. It doesn't hit anyone. It doesn't break anything. It lands harmlessly on the path behind some homes. A small child looks at it and wonders where it came from. But it wasn't simply any stone. It was the first stone. It was the fuse on the powder keg. Within moments, the buildings are being pelted and the child is struck in the side of the head. Blood flows from the wound spreading across the path. Not just any blood. It's the first blood. So, you guys have decided to travel across the sea yet again back to the north to handle a major problem that's going on in your old hometown of Illinois, where you have a guild hall, and you're going to go do some stuff. But before we go there, let's handle the other missions of the hold in the guild and do some business. I can give some world news this week, too. So, world news is situations in the southwest area of the Free States, that's the old Northern Kren Empire, have deteriorated immensely. You discovered some of this personally, but now there is word from areas near Cavasto, which, if you remember, is that town that had barricaded itself and had a ship blockade from its port, wouldn't let anybody in or out. Or was that your campaign?
Yeah,
that was us.
Get in there.
I normally don't get campaigns mixed up, but I did there. So,
part of me was like, I mean, I remember it, so I hope it was this campaign.
It's one of those things that overlaps. I've had a couple of groups pass that city now. So let's see. But word from Cavasto is that the military of the city slaughtered thousands of refugees who'd piled up against their walls and were threatening to break in. Krenshad, the capital, as you know, lies in ruins with only a small quarter of the city still inhabited. They are now also being besieged by the starving. Kopanis has been flooded with people. They've taken in as many as they can, but the food supply there is dwindling as the fishermen struggle to bring in catches from the recovering lake because it was so badly damaged by the hag blight. Further to the north, things are more stable. You knew this as well, but people heading that way have now started to report murderous bandits, wild animals attacking, and monstrosities roaming the countryside and roads. So the situation in the north is deteriorating even further. From faraway news, the country of Chamsburg has been very badly hit by the leftover effects of the Evernight. They have multiple people that basically went nuts when they recovered from their nightmares, and they are being plagued right now by murderous mayhem and all sorts of other bad news that is happening. So that's your world news. Guild business. So we're not doing the refugee one. Well, you were doing the refugee one, but it's not a mini adventure. You guys wanted, Andy suggested, contacting Randy to see if Randy would be interested in filming a new show. So let's see how these negotiations play out. So you use your method of contacting Ulrin that he gave you, and he shows up, and he's hey baby, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so you want to talk to my mate Randy? And he arranges a meet. A few hours later, Randy shows up walking out of a tree down in your town. He's got on a cool red velvet robe, some big red sunglasses. He's upgraded and is now carrying a fat cigar. He wants the pitch. So what's the pitch? What do you guys got going on?
Hey, Mike, Mike, I almost said Mike, you're... Never mind.
Yeah.
Wow, can't even phrase a sentence.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
So, hey, Ulrin tells me you got a pitch for me. Lay it on me, baby.
Who's helming this? I thought that was Andy.
Yeah.
Well, let me go find it real quick.
You said it was the bullet tank.
That was my idea.
No. Andy was saying that the bunch of old dudes on the treasure hunt should get their own show.
Oh no. Oh
yeah. So everybody loves seeing treasure hunts, and what is better than seeing old guys on a treasure hunt getting their butts handed to them? But they think they're awesome and cool because they used to do this, and now they're
right. So we get ahead of the treasure hunt, and we make things, should we say, complicated for them in a humorous yet funny yet painful sort of way that doesn't hopefully include anybody dying.
Yeah, it kind of be like, I don't know, like a Survivor thing where, you survive this, you get the treasure.
Yeah. I like this. Let me talk to my boss, and I'll see what I can work up. And he walks back into a tree, and 30 seconds later walks right back out of it. So Big X says that he's all on board for it, and he opens up this bag, and these little beholder globs float out, and they start to stare at everything with their little 4 eyeballs. These guys only have 4 eye stalks. And then they re-practice casting the illusions, and they're showing your hold and your keep. And then Randy's like, okay, so where's the crew that's going? And I'm assuming at that point you make introductions.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are happy about this. But it's now part of the contract that Randy is going to pass Mav. Standard.
I would add a provision to the contract.
Okay.
That there must be a commercial regarding the Axe Buster and future development of the brand.
Yeah. All right. Randy's like, all right, we can throw that in there as seen on TV, and hopefully we'll get to see some axe busted while the show's going on. Yeah, that sounds good. So
we'll let the old man know that he doesn't have to pay his 300 gold, because if this is happening this way, there's likely to be some royalties involved that don't require that 300 gold.
Well, the old dwarf says, well, it's all I have left, and I'm gonna die soon, so you should still take it.
Fair enough. We will put it in the guild coffers.
I can argue with that.
Right?
I appreciate it. Just make sure I have drinking money for the last few days I have left. As he starts to cough, one of the beholders gets real close. and fills it. Yep. Yeah. So
Is that gonna be added to the confessional?
Yeah, it'll be on the little side blurbs. So Randy's decided to call the show Ancient Treasures.
Yeah, he is.
So let's see how well these guys do. The first thing they need to do is follow the map. Now let's see. We have Orin and Hector and Khalid, who you guys talked into doing this, and this old guy. Who else was going? Anybody else?
I think that was it, unless we wanted to send at least one non-geriatric on this trip.
Nope.
All right. So you got these 4 dwarves. There's some decent skills in this muddled mess. So follow.
They're all seasoned adventurers.
Well, not the old guy. Hector and Orin and Khalid are. So
they're all gonna come back with 5 levels of exhaustion, and they're only gonna be gone for an hour.
So I need a D20 roll for following this here map.
You first, Andy. Oh, we got 2 of them.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Mine will be the second one.
Yeah, right.
All right. We'll run it that way. So as far as following the map goes, this is really an area where Randy has chosen to interfere a lot. As a matter of fact, the audience gets to see a pixie randomly putting new landmarks on the map. And these old dudes are just wandering around going, no, we're supposed to be over here. The map says we're turning this way. And Hector's had about enough of this. And he just starts walking in some random direction for a while. And happens to find the landmark they need. But they're about 3 days off of how long this should have taken them. So that is a...
Gotta make the most out of the show.
That is
Randy
a
was
mixed
right.
result. So now they find the cave that supposedly has this treasure in it. And now they have to explore the cave. It's a rather big cavern, so roll number 2 comes into play. But this is really where Orin and Khalid shine, is really older, seasoned veterans. They navigate the cave and the map side of the cave pretty easily, and they make it to the Guardian. So that is a nat 20. That was what is that? That's a triumph. That's what I'm calling it. They triumphantly navigate the cave.
This was a triumph.
And so they see, and it's super stereotypical, and you guys find out later that Randy rearranged the treasure pile to make it look like a stereotypical treasure pile. There's this big mound of coins and this box sitting on top of it, all kilter. But as they approach it, large earth elemental comes up from underneath the treasure pile, and coins go flying everywhere. And the old guys are running around, and they need to fight this guardian now. Oh, that's not so.
Is he a treasure elemental?
No, he looks like an earth elemental. So the team takes it. They take a pretty good pounding. The earth elemental's prepared for him. Like Orin goes at one point in time to axe buster it right in the face, and it puts its hand right over the axe buster. Now the axe buster smashes through the elemental's hand, but then it throws Orin attached to this chain across the room, and he swings around and kicks it in the back, and Khalid's stabbing it, and Hector's just beating it with his spear and polearm, and the old guy is standing in the back going, I think I peed myself. And they have a mixed success on the battle. But they do beat the Guardian. Now, when they go to pick up the treasure, however, they find out that the treasure is an illusion. So they need to find the real treasure now. So that is Thanok's roll. Oh, no.
Hey, hold on. I have something for just this moment.
That is a nat one. What are we getting here? Are we getting a meme? What are we getting? So they go to search out this real treasure, and they find the niche that it's in, and they open it up, and there is... What is this? What is this thing you've linked?
It's a critical fail.
It is a critical fail.
Oh, that guy's in so much trouble.
Oh no. What's... Oh! For those listening, this was a man trying to jump in the back of a hatchback and slam the lid down as he goes in. It happens just the way you think it would. So, they find the treasure box, and there is no treasure in it. There is a note in it that says, better luck next time, Kraid the Goblin. And at the bottom of the note, it says, to be continued.
That's for episode 2.
Classic.
There will be more Ancient Treasures adventures next week.
This poor old man is like, did we win?
No,
he didn't.
All right,
that's good.
Couple of quick rolls for the griffin hunting team that you guys send out to try and capture some griffins. So I need a Skoog and Raki and a couple others tagging along. Somebody give me a D20 roll to try and track the griffins. That's not so good. You guys have not done good on these the last couple of weeks.
Nope.
Well, I figure since everybody else was going to roll like crap, why shouldn't...
That is a failure. Skoog and Raki are out there, and they're just looking around everywhere. They can't find any griffins. They get really wasted, and they just come home.
I think they were wasted before they started looking. That's the problem.
They probably were. And let's see. I'd say
you shouldn't have sent...
You sent Grummy and Sky along with the cult infiltration group, so there was nobody available that would have been okay in the wilderness.
Yeah.
You know, just for flavor's sake, they only make it like a quarter mile outside of town and decide to go back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just not worth it. So you guys send your soldiers out to hunt some bandits, so let's hope this goes a little bit better. So they set up a classic lure the bandits out and surround them maneuver. How does this work for the military? Quite well. So the military comes in, surrounds the bandits. Now I need to battle the bandits. And you are trying to subdue these guys, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9, it is your military, so you're going to get a +8 on that roll. That is a total of a 17. You subdue the bandits. You've captured 2/3 of their force. And now I need a persuasion check to force them into labor or prison. Oh, there's 2. First one to pop up is...
Mine.
Oh.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. A quarter of them will work the road. Everybody else would rather spend the 6 months in prison.
Huh. All right.
Will it be 6 months on the road or 2 years in the prison?
We can extend the prison time, but they're still going to take prison time because roll equals bad.
Well, I mean, part of it is if they are not like overly willing.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a good job.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will shave 50 gold off of your road total.
All right. How much was the total? It was 400?
Yeah.
500? Okay.
Was it 400? I'll take 100 off. No, 50. Sorry.
Okay.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
Math is stupid.
All right. So the last one is our cultist infiltration. So you send the lady squad down to infiltrate these cultists. And the first thing they need to do, and they can all participate in this, is they need to gather information. So you have some decently skilled people at information gathering. Grummy, even though she's not the most charismatic person, has spent time as a bounty hunter, so she knows how this type of stuff works. You have some other persuasive individuals in there, so you guys can roll this at a +5.
I think that's what the 15 would be, though.
That's what the 15 would be, yeah.
So they have no problem collecting information. They just happen to find the right people. This cult hasn't been super forward about its presence, but a couple of people have noticed. So far, nothing bad has happened with them, but people who worship dragons usually never lead to anything good. So you guys collect some solid information. Now we are going to send Grummy off on herself with the others available to bail her out if trouble starts. Now she needs to make a contact.
I think that's...
And this can still be a +3 because she's good at this.
You want me to do that one?
Somebody.
I would say either Ryan or you.
Yeah. Hey, that's not
nice.
bad.
Hey.
17, that's pretty solid. She makes contact. The information you collected led her to the proper place. She makes contact. Now I need somebody to convince them to infiltrate the cult.
Hey,
Not bad. Not bad at all. So she infiltrates the cult. She's accepted in on that recruit-style basis. Now I, in this one, am going to make a counter roll to something. All right. So they lead Grummy through the capital city now and down into the sewers and then into a secret passage. They have rolled well enough to lose her support. So her support network is distanced, although Hazani can still cast message and sending to keep contact with her. And that report comes back that so far so good. And now she is brought into a room where there is just one man sitting in a chair and he speaks a command word to her to sleep. And she needs to make a saving throw.
I'll take that, I guess. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be... Oh, it didn't count! Great, because it was a 1.
Well, that still counts, bro. I was gonna ask
what it is. It was a
20.
There was a 1 in it.
So Grummy passes out and loses complete contact with the team. And they are searching for her, and we will pick up the search for Grummy next week.
Jeez. Well, Grummy's dead, sorry.
And Tony got another character killed of him.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that.
All right, but that mission overall was very successful, so I think you can count on Grummy not being dead at the moment.
No, but she is probably willing to do whatever it takes to not be found out.
Probably.
She is probably the most nefarious of our intrepid group.
All right, cool. So
that is exactly why I sent her.
Moving on to you guys. You use the teleportation circle, zip across the continent to the Wizard's Tower. Merrily is surprised to see you back as quickly as you came. What are you bringing with you? What are you doing?
Thanos is bringing roses.
I'm bringing beer. Are you serious? Roses? What is this nonsense? This is why you're still single, giving people plants. What's wrong with you? We are.
Mav doesn't have to get his girls drunk to like him.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. You're going after girls who get drunk? We're dwarves. How young are they? Anyways, we are probably bringing enough supplies for us to travel with. I think we should probably. I guess I don't really know.
I didn't get a chance to see what it was that we were actually doing this week.
Let me give you the breakdown of it. Basically, the Illinois Guildhall was hired to deal with refugees, with a refugee situation. About 500 refugees from Crenshed have gathered outside the gates of Illinois. They just put up that palisade wall, so it's not like a serious wall. It's basically a wooden fence at this moment. And they are demanding shelter and food. The governor of Illinois has decreed this to be an emergency because Illinois does not have the food or supplies to take in another 500 people.
Right.
There are several agitators in the crowd that are attempting to turn them into a rioting mob. Should that happen, the soldiers of Illinois will be forced to defend the town. The Guildhall has been hired to deal with the situation, if they can, by possibly doing whatever they could do to fix it. You guys decided to champion this mission, so...
We need someone who can create food and water.
Yeah, but not 500 people's worth.
Yeah, you would need
a lot.
A lot.
A lot of spells.
Yeah. And I think something like that would, because I was thinking about, like, is there any supplies that we could bring? Part of it is if we don't bring enough, it could just be a big insult.
Or a bigger riot.
Right, yeah. I mean, if we bring, Hazani and have her cast food and water, she can only cast it, 2 or 3 times, something like that. That's enough for 60 people out of 500.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are going to die.
How are we bringing it?
What?
So Mav had an idea. Well, go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't even know how we would bring enough supplies for that many people.
And that's the thing. I don't think the answer is bringing supplies. I think part of the answer would be possibly seeing if any of them would like to come south. Like, we can't take 500 people. Maybe we can take some of that, and maybe our neighbors can take some of that.
You mean, like, take these people into the town that's connected to our keep?
Like our town and
So basically redistribute them to places that are not so stricken?
We offer them the chance. I mean, if they want to. I think, like, we'd have to back up a little bit and talk to our neighbors and see if that's something that they would be willing to.
Yeah,
that's something that we should have found out first.
And that's fine. I kind of jumped us into the teleporter right away and then backtracked a little bit for myself when I asked the question of what would you like to do in preparation of this. You do know, and don't forget, that the South, it is not a crisis yet, but they are already getting a lot of refugees who have jumped ships and headed across the sea.
Okay.
So it is already happening. Now, you guys are a little further south than where where the main focus of that is. And there's a lot more free land to disperse people to, but the Southern Empire has got a lot less potential for food.
Okay. So is part of the problem, and on top of that, I didn't think many people are going to go anyways because it would require them to
relocate,
up and move.
These people already have. They've fled cities already.
I guess, but there's also a more immediate problem of they all can't go through a teleporter.
Yep.
They're gonna have to hoof it down there, and they need supplies in order to get down there in the first place.
Yeah.
Matt would suggest that we look and see if there is any space in our towns, and then potentially charter a boat to bring anybody down that would like to go down for the immediate crisis in Illinois. Beyond that, we'd have to look at a plan long term to see if there's something we can do as a guild to cultivate.
What's the driving factor that maybe we talked about this a long time ago, but I don't. Is there no food available? Is it because all like the trade routes and just the disarray of the country from Civil War?
There was a lot of field burning, like during the push back and forth of held lands, which Illinois was kind of in the focal line of. And Illinois is the breadbasket of the North. They produce more food than anybody else, and so rather than let the enemy get it, they torched the fields. And then the capital city had no food, so it broke out into rioting and basically consumed and destroyed itself. And now the capital city was 100,000 people strong at the start of the war, and now it's dead bodies and rubble down there. And so there are 500 people sitting outside these gates who are looking for some place to go because where they lived is gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does Alamos have the manpower to recultivate the fields? And it's just a matter of time, or are they letting?
No, Illinois had already started to kind of restore themselves and to rebuild. It's just a matter of time. Food doesn't show up overnight, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
For time's sake, we have affiliation with the Mages Tower by Illinois, right?
It's a good ways. It's on the far side of Mariasi, so the Mages Tower to Illinois is 4 days.
Not that tower, the Despina's Tower.
Despina's Tower, you've met Despina a few times. You were on her bad side. You got to her neutral side, but you're not in good standing with her, and nobody quite knows the status of her anyways.
Okay, but so if we tried to reach out to her to find out if she has a teleportation sigil, we would probably want to try and do that in person, not over like a Skype call.
Correct.
Okay.
I also don't think. I mean, I have probably the best relationship with her, and it's not great.
I will likely have a better relationship with her.
Okay.
So, wizards of her ilk tend to fancy my methods.
All right, fair enough. But either way, I mean, I think I know her well enough to where she is absolutely not going to give us her teleportation address.
Okay. I will approach her without you then.
Does the Order have any sort of humanitarian effort that they could?
They do, but they've had trouble making more than landfall than just the monastery. So they're pretty wrapped up with their own business right now, with fiend incursions popping up here and there. But they do have a humanitarian branch. You could bring some of them with.
I've got an idea.
This is for Tony.
Oh, okay. Did we have a method of contacting the Queen, or was that only one way for her? She had a way of contacting us, but we didn't have a way of contacting her.
Correct. And you do know that her place is very solidly magically fortified. Like you.
Well, I wasn't even. Not like that was that. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking, like, she said she was like the queen of these lands. I wondered if she would be able to like supernaturally provide like either, I don't know, like enable those crops to like grow overnight, or just do something so that like aid us in this situation somehow. But we can't even contact her. So
you can't. You could not use the messenger sending spell to get through the magical guards she has over that labyrinth. You'd have to go.
But
Does Matthias have any way to contact her?
Okay, so if we went though,
Matthias does not.
Okay.
if we went,
Maybe.
She said very specifically when we were there last that she does not interfere with the conflicts of mortals. That the only reason she knew about anything that was going on was because it was world-ending peril with the Nightmare Lord. The Civil War wasn't even something she was aware of.
Well, I took that to mean she wasn't getting involved in politics.
Uh-huh. I would say this is more or less a political thing at the moment.
Well, yeah, but it's not. People are starving.
Well, by her standards, what are politics?
Well, right, but the point is that it's not people aren't fighting, and
this mirrors one of the challenges in her labyrinth.
Sure, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying she won't help or she will help or won't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I took her statements about that to mean that she wasn't going to get involved in politics. This to me can be solved politically, but I don't take this as a political issue. People are starving. You know what I mean? A drought and famine aren't political.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I also know that she also didn't lift a finger to help during the Nightmare Lord thing, which was global.
Sure.
This is way smaller than that. She was aware of the Nightmare Lord thing and was just going to let it run its course.
That's not 100% true, because she did call out to Othig to secure a champion to deal with it.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
I missed that entirely.
So
I didn't know that was a thing.
She didn't do much.
Okay.
She did.
It wasn't completely hands off.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the idea of, like what Othig said. If she is the, she identifies as the land and the queen of the land.
Yeah.
Like I would feel
like it's worth a shot.
No, it's not a bad. I don't want to put all our eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
But it's also not a bad thing. Just because the bottom line here is that something like famine and drought are natural events.
Yeah.
Do we know where we could bring like a portion of these 500 people? Like I'm just hypothetical here. Like if we led them to another town, like if they were, fear of traveling any further than what they've probably already traveled, because I'm sure some have already come from, those far places to the south already.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any other places, like either to the east or to the north, where they could be taken care of or cared for?
Mariasi is doing well. You know that because you were just there not too long ago. You haven't been there, but rumor has it Euros is doing well. They, because of Ulrin, they endured the comings out of the Nightmare Plague very well. So they lost some people, but not nearly as many as a lot of other towns did. And then the other stuff is quite far away, but there have been reports of people moving up the roads trying to get to those places and not making it, by droves not making it.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if we took 2/3 of the people here, that's like, like around 300-ish, because you said there's 500 here or whatever, and then if we split that, if we, like, took the entire group to Mariasi and then immediately turned north towards Euros and just split that 300 in half and left, if we were able to, like, just communicate ahead of time and try to provide for 150 people in each spot, I feel like that would help this situation. Because I don't know, I don't think we have it in our capability to do much else.
So that might help it right now, but it's not going to fix it long term.
No, I know.
Are we able to reach out to any of the other major governments out there, like Setnovia or Chamsburg or whatever, and ask to set up like a trade agreement?
Some of that's already being worked on by the capital, but a lot of it, the resources are being spent towards taking care of the refugees in the south in those regards. Your best bet might be the order to stop there.
Order is on the way other end.
No, the Isle of Unity is on the... Well, it depends on how you go. If you you don't have to teleport to the Mage's Tower.
Right.
You could...
we can take a boat from where we are, more or less,
Yep.
to Isle of Unity.
It'll take a few days longer to get there, and there might be different situations you have to deal with, but you could do that, or you could use sending to get to somebody at the Order. I mean, you've already made contact with some of them this last week. You have somebody from that soft group of clerics and religies hanging out. That's the impression you want to give the world, is that they're soft.
Which is... No, that's fine.
So
bunch of hippies.
You have somebody on loan from the Order at the moment who might be able to make good contact with people that could help.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I guess, Magda, is she still around?
Yeah.
Or did she go back?
No, she's still around, and she is doing a lot of research. She rides back and forth from the capital a lot to use the libraries there, trying to find hints and connections of what you guys found somewhere. Thus far, she's been unsuccessful. That really ticks her off.
Okay. Would she be able to contact anybody? It's so weird asking for Barovia for food.
I thought about it.
Do you guys have food? We got stew.
Yep. Claudia responds that she's got an abundance of potato stew. It seems nobody wants to eat it anymore.
Maybe some Cyrus rations.
Oh, Irish rations. Yeah, she can make some contacts of that in that regard, and through those arrangements, she could probably rustle up enough food to feed these people for maybe a few days. But I mean,
that's something. That's at least.
And there's been a lot of crisis in the world recently, and a lot of resources are tapped.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something.
We could also, and I'm just throwing it out there, we could just kill everyone.
I mean, here's the bottom line. Nobody hired us to kill everybody.
Oh. Oh. That's fair.
That's all it takes, man. Just somebody's got to get out of contract for us.
Huh. Jeff is concerned.
I mean, like, logistically, if the people of the capital, if they want to hire us to just kill all the peasants, all right. We're heroes. Well, so we can at least get them fed for a few days. So that's something.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Andy got up so quick that I thought maybe Thor was peeing on the floor. Nope, it was just his pizza.
Just a pizza.
That's awesome.
We could go. I don't expect the queen to just hand out a bunch of food or to grow food overnight. She may have some insight, though, that might be worth the trip.
I was going to say, worth the trip, maybe. I don't know that we want... this is... The reality is, this is 500 people. Is this what we want to waste a Talk to the Queen token on? And it isn't a waste. I know that it isn't a waste, but, I mean, these are the types of trials that we went through the trials of rulership to learn how to deal with. If we come to her the first time that we come up against that, I feel like we may no longer be worthy of meeting with her.
Yeah, but the other side of that is if the leaders aren't willing to ask for help, then they don't deserve to be rulers.
Oh.
It will also... in this, I will just let you know that time is a factor, too.
Right.
Getting to this situation as quickly as possible is better.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to see if I could reach out to Despina, but
Because if you guys get on a boat or take the Mage's Tower, either way, it's like almost a week to the labyrinth.
yeah, that's a long ways.
It is.
So,
And that's not including.
Matt would vote the order,
so you could.
or at the very least, if he can split off to the order to see if he can get help, and then the rest of you can go.
No, I think we should. I think we should go to the order. I definitely think we should go there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So then that's what we will plan to do. So instead of teleporting to the Mage's Tower, you're going to hop a boat.
Yarp.
Hop a boat.
So you book it down to the capital. You hop a boat and you cruise across to the order. We'll expedite this a little quickly. We won't do too much farting around here. For one, there
Would have been very beneficial to have griffins right now.
Huh.
It would have been. It would have been. But those rolls, you guys. So you guys deal with the order. Are you bringing the book and the artifacts with you that you found?
I would say so.
Okay.
2 birds, 1 stone.
All right. Well, then Magda is going to move from researching at your place to researching this matter here. Because she's going to be wherever the book is. So you guys...
What have we done? What are we deciding?
What have we done? We've killed 500 people.
So you decided to stop at the order. So Magda has arranged for some food to be shipped from New Barovia. That is going to take some time to get that there because they're a landlocked nation with a narrow valley pass, no port nearby. It's kind of a deal. So they're going to take some time to get there, but they're working on it. You're stopping at the order. They are thrilled to take the ancient tome off it from you guys and to begin doing more research into it. It is mind-blowing to them that this has been brought up to the point where there's not quite like old men talking about heresies, but this kind of upends their whole like timeline of faith. This book is that kind of thing. And there are people that aren't as happy as other people to see this has been found.
Right.
And and so it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is weird, but it's good, but it's weird. And so there's a lot to do about that. Now, I'm guessing you're keeping the other items, though, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And have those been dispersed? I know Mav wanted that quarterstaff for sure. And the candelabra isn't attunement, so anybody can carry that. The medallion, however, was attunement.
The medallion should definitely go to Mav. Whether he wants to attune to that is up to him, but like the people logistically who are going to die the most are surprisingly even Othig died already, but Othig and I have the most hit points. We have the highest ability to survive.
You do all right.
Well, no, you do. But Mav's the one who's always wandering around, wheezing and
tired.
Can you guys just give me a second?
Do the truffle shuffle.
Okay, I just want to
If you weren't running so fast and just jumping over everything, you.
All right, so you guys stop there. As mentioned before, their humanitarian efforts are kind of at a tipping point as well. However, they pass you 20 scrolls of create food and water.
Get them.
Oh, hey, that'll.
So I mean, it's still a huge crowd, but it'll get you some days. It'll earn you some time.
Yeah.
They have, and they take you into a room. They have maybe 100 scribes working on these things right now. Like it's a factory down here pumping this out because of other stuff that's gone on. The entire north of Balanovia, when that Mage's Tower went and the Nightmare Lord was released, all of the crops up there withered in like a 50-mile radius. So the entire north of a country, because your countries are relatively small, is gone.
I will let them know and I'll suggest to them that maybe they get a couple of druids just to help with the Goodberry spell.
They would like that, but druids are not as common as...
Yeah. We know a guy. Maybe we can send a couple your way. He does probably want to videotape it, though, for, like, what is it? Give us money, you'll feed a starving dog.
Yeah,
No. It's totally Survivor at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you suggest to him you want to make a TV show out of this,
Yeah, I don't know.
go for it. You can call it Feast of Famine or something like that, and just call it a day.
Yeah, and it's good publicity. I mean, in the multiverse, humanitarian efforts always look good, even if they're not successful.
No, all right. So they're a little confused by what you're talking about. They don't watch a lot of IB here. It's one of those things. Religious people.
What is that? What does that stand for again?
Illusionary broadcasting.
That's right. That's right.
Not a lot of IB going on. But you guys are hooked up and sent on your way. They have promised to communicate to you any findings. Magda has promised any findings they make about and Janice, they will pass along to you, and vice versa. And she does suggest to you that you might want to explore that some more. There was a lot of things down there going on, and maybe there's more clues. Just saying.
There's probably people.
We definitely have a plan to go down there.
Yeah. And if you guys want, you can send teams of your guild members down there to explore passages. And we can fill out the area, and then if there's something you want to take care of yourselves personally down there when they find something, you can.
That's on our property, right?
Yep.
Hey, Mav, you want to start writing up some contracts to go?
Ownership of the land and anything found underneath it, up into including the Underdark.
Right. Yes.
Possibly a long lost civilization.
That's already assumed in Kren law. As long as you can hold it with a spear. If you can keep it by force, it's yours. So
excellent.
Yeah, that's not all the way to the Underdark.
Well, when we get the bears.
Yeah. All right. So, but there's that business you can deal with too. You can even, like, this week you had guild members you didn't send anywhere. Like, if you wanted to send Matthias and Sodak down there to pal around and kill some stuff.
Yeah, you know what? Throw gosh, what's his name? The Goliath with him too.
Yeah, not Hrag.
Carrig.
Carrig, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Send them all, and they can explore.
We should probably send somebody who has some intelligence with. I guess Matthias would fit in that.
Matthias is smart. He's average smart.
We'd be able to follow the blood trail back to them.
Send the warlock.
I mean, is the warlock smart?
Not particularly.
Doesn't matter. It's a warlock.
I guess.
All right. So
just somebody who can actually, like, identify, like, this is something we should be careful of, as the rest of them are just swinging wildly.
Matthias could definitely do that. So I'm going to throw open the North Empire map real quick. Where do you guys want to make landfall after you leave Unity?
Just outside of Crenchad.
That's a pretty hot spot right now.
Crenchad, right?
What?
We're still welcome in Crenchad, right?
Crenchad's a ruin. I mean, you're welcome there, but
where are the refugees? What city are they in?
Ilanos.
They're in Elenos.
There's still a contingent, a quarter of Crenchad in the old quarter that had a wall around it that is holding out, but they're besieged at the moment by their own starving people. So it's not a safe place.
Yeah.
And Cavasto is the one that is military blockaded.
Yeah.
Where are we trying to go at this point?
Illinois, but you got to make landfall somewhere.
I would do to the northwest corner of that, or the northern corner of that.
Yeah. Is the channel between Crenchad and Copanis blocked?
No, it's not. You can sail. An ocean-worthy ship it's a very shallow river.
Yeah.
But you could maybe get a different boat in the city. You don't know.
We'll just make landfall just over here somewhere.
Okay.
By the 5 marker. That's,
All right.
by that purple marker.
Are you being dropped off, or do you want this guy to wait for you?
We can make our way back. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we can always teleport
I
back.
have the teleportation circle for Minos, so
I feel like him waiting there is dangerous for him.
Probably.
Are we able to acquire the teleport circle for the Order on the island?
they probably don't have one.
They do have one for sure. They have one. They employ mages in the Order for purposes, for necessary purposes. Yeah, you could. That's definitely with what you've now recently contributed, and Mav being a bastion, you would have access to that. And you do not have the Minos teleporter circle. You have your own keeps.
That takes a year to set up.
It does?
Casting the spell for a year is what makes it permanent. We wouldn't have one in our keep yet.
Oh. I put one there.
Oh, all right. I mean, if you have a high enough mage to do it, then they can do it, but...
There was actually 365 mages that casted on one day.
Yeah.
That's great.
Gotcha. I just didn't assume we had one. If you're okay with us having one as part of us getting a keep from the Emperor, I'm down.
Yeah, I didn't realize you needed one, so you needed that amount of time, so I would have had the Emperor install one for you.
Beautiful. So I'll put our keep as well then. So so I have the one that's flawless, and then I have 5 next level ones.
Yep.
And then it goes down again from there, but I'm not done with the 5 yet, so... What is our town called, by the way?
Your town? You still have not named it. Right now we're calling it Granite Back Hold.
Okay. So I have our keep. I don't have Minos, but I have the Isle of Unity. So...
Cool.
And then we'll work on getting. I'm going to work on getting Despinas while we're up there.
All right. So you guys make landfall, and you're taking the cross country hike.
I think so. I think we should. I think with with what we have, what we're carrying, we should probably stay away from any kind of roads. I'm not necessarily worried about some random pack of bandits or animals that we might run into. I'm worried about a giant mob of peasants.
500 peasants.
That we're trying to help, that we have to put down because they're starving.
Right. That would be rough.
Or that kill us.
Right. And eat us.
It happens.
Yeah.
And the more desperate people get, the crazier it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our traveling, Mike, if I can, I'd like to use legend lore, and the only reason to use it would be to find out more things about Despina that would aid me in not wooing her, but
wooing her? Are you gonna?
He doesn't want to miss out on the
action. In regards to the weave and its versatility and uses.
Mm-hmm.
So just something that would help me in that conversation or give me some sort of advantage when coming into that.
Despina is a skilled wizard of decent level. However, she is not legendary level. So, legendary level would be like Algrin and Peyton.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
okay.
King Titanbrook is legendary. You know, Kane and Mav, not Mav. What's
Marlemere.
Mavlemere. That's all that's what wanted to come out of my mouth. They're legendary. Despina she's probably about as skilled as Marilee, but she's just set up her power now. Yeah. Becoming a very high level wizard is not an easy feat.
No, it's just that I just like that Despina kicked her out because she wasn't any good.
No, she kicked her out because she was dangerous.
I suppose that's true.
She told her she was very brilliant and would be great someday, but if she didn't get herself killed. That was their parting words.
Oh, okay, alright. Alright.
So,
and now they're peers.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she told the same thing to Gabriel.
People are still saying that to Gabriel.
Yeah, well.
You are dangerous.
Kane sends him a sending message every day, morning and night.
Hey, good morning. You're dangerous. Okay, good night. Bye.
best use of spells ever.
Have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Don't die. Sure, I'll kill you in the morning.
So, you guys make landfall, head off into the wilderness. Make survival checks for me for how fast you're cruising across this here countryside.
Sorry, make a what?
Oh, hey, there's a 20. Nat 20.
Oh,
Very nice.
There we go. Captain Nothing.
Yep. Oh, and somebody needs to mark off another 50 gold for the boat.
I'll do it. I got it.
Okay. Side note, did the road money come out of the guild coffers?
It can.
We didn't do anything with it, so I don't know if I'm okay with us splitting that 4 ways.
We haven't done anything with it yet.
You guys had quite a few expenses this last week. To just repair the damage of your keep was 500. You trimmed 50 off of the cost of the road. That's 350. So that's.
But the crane's 50.
Yep, but the crane is 50. So you got 900 in expenses.
Math has not done the math.
And if you want to put somebody like Matthias and Sadok down in the cave, you need the good crane. That bucket ain't taking that Cyclops down that hole.
Just send him down a rope.
Who's still got to roll? Thana.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oathing, I need a D10 added to that, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, baby.
So 26 total for Oathing. Oathing, you're in a place where it looks familiar to you for a bit, and then you realize that your dad took you hunting here a few different times. You're getting a little bit closer to Illinois. Let's move this arrow. I'll show you about where you're at. You guys have traveled already a day across the countryside without incident, and you end up about here. Oh, it went away. Never mind. I'll just make a new one. About there.
Sorry.
You start to recognize the countryside, and you're looking around, and you're like, oh, I remember this. There's this over here and this over here. And as you're doing that, you point off to something that normally you wouldn't have looked that way while you're traveling, and you're pretty sure you see a dead body.
Got him.
Somebody got him.
Better scope it out.
Right.
Andy loved that.
So, make perception checks for me now, guys. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 4.
20-something.
There is a good one. So a 24.
Jeffrey heard dead body and went, oh?
Well, let me see.
So Jeff, as you're looking around, you and maybe this wouldn't be survival yet. This is definitely perception. You guys are headed over towards this dead body, and as you get closer, it's dead bodies. There is you go up over a little bit of a rock ridge, and you can see down onto the other side of it, and there's maybe 10 of them laying down in this. I wouldn't even call it a ravine. It's more of a really wide ditch, like a 30-foot wide ditch, a gully. That's the word for it. Down in this gully, and they're scattered about. It looks like they were attacked by animals and weapons. Jeff, you notice a lot of foot traffic in this area. Reptilian foot traffic. Some of them larger than others.
Lizard folk style or Yuan Ti style?
Neither.
Beautiful. We did just find a troglodyte. Anything like that?
That's halfway across the world and nothing like them.
Well, there were trogs here before.
It's true there were, but they came from the Underdark.
With Othig and my expertise in weapons, would I be able to do an investigation? I know this starts to kind of bleed into medicine, but would I be able to do an investigation to kind of look at the wounds to see what kind of weapons?
Yeah. As you guys will have to get a lot closer. Do you want to do anything about seeing the footprints or anything like that first? Maybe roll a survival to see if you can identify them?
Yeah, I wanted to see if we could see if they were coming or going.
There's another nat 20 for
Othig.
Othig's on it.
Othig.
Othig is hot tonight.
You're gonna be rolling ones in combat.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. This is where this is going. So Othig, you're looking at these footprints, and you remember once when you were younger, there was a kobold slave in the camp that they had for a while. Now kobolds don't live real long, but you remember they left really unique footprints. These are very similar to those, except quite a bit bigger than a kobold should be. And there are also, paired with them, large, probably straight lizard footprints as well.
With that roll, would I also know, like...
How long ago?
Well, like, where this attack would have come from? Like, where are they off to now, or where did they come from? Or because there's a spot around here that I would be like, oh, they're probably from here.
Well, looking around, you would be able to see that it looks like they were waiting in ambush for this group of people.
Well, let's
Do these?
No, we got-
do the tracks go towards Illinois?
You can't tell that. They when they leave the area, they head into the more rocky terrain.
Which direction?
To the west.
Yeah, we don't have time to pursue that right now, but it's good to know.
No, we don't. But
we also might want to explore it a little bit, because it's entirely possible there's an ambush waiting for us.
Sure. If that's the case, we're being ambushed right now.
Right now, roll for initiative. Wait, no, not right
I'm
now.
just thinking we probably want to tell like everyone we can in Illinois so that they understand that there's bad juju on the roads.
Well, but specifically,
We're actually off the roads.
Specifically, what I meant was to look around to see how they ambushed them, so that when we are continuing our travels, we know what to look out for, so that we don't walk into the same kind of trap.
It definitely looks like they surrounded them and collapsed the circle on the travelers.
So they weren't just there waiting. They kind of came upon them. Is that what it sounds like?
That you can't tell.
Okay.
But it definitely looks like they waited in bushes and behind rocks until the travelers were in the center of the circle, and then they closed the circle.
Okay. Are we able to identify what these people are or who they are?
They've been pretty hacked up, and this is I was going to get to the check. You don't need to make a roll on this. They were definitely hacked to pieces by slashing weapons. Well kept slashing weapons. The wounds are clean. They clove right through bone. And then they were also torn apart by things with large claws and teeth as well. Everything of value is gone. Although it looks like some of these people were of means. Maybe not wealthy, but their clothes, if they weren't destroyed, were good clothes. Quality weave.
Bandits aren't likely to A, have well-kept weapons, and B, have an army of attack animals.
Or kobolds.
Kobolds are or aren't likely to have those.
Aren't.
Oh,
Kobolds
right,
aren't likely to have any of those things.
Yeah.
And we've already determined that these are large kobold-like creatures.
Yeah.
My wife just came home. A little earlier than I expected.
We were super slow.
So, what do you guys want to do with this? I mean, you got about 15 dead bodies here.
River dance?
How far are we from Illinois?
About 3-4 hours.
Can we mark this area to come back to it?
Yeah.
And provide them a proper burial? I think Matt's personal opinion is we are looking to help the masses that are still alive, and these people are dead, and we're not able to help.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So you guys start to move on, and you're about an hour further through the wilderness when you hear a crack of thunder. It's extraordinarily loud, and it sounds very close. And then there's another one follows after it about 15 seconds afterward.
What direction?
Obviously, we just continue what?
It comes from the sky? It's
No, I'm sorry. I meant is it like back where the ambush was? Is it
honestly
further ahead
it
of
was
us?
so loud it sounded like it was right on top of you.
Did it seem natural?
Looking around, there's no clouds in the sky. It is a typical
okay, great.
early windy season trend day, and
I use Thunderwave. Does it sound like Thunderwave?
it sounds very similar to when somebody casts Thunderwave. Right on top of you, like that level of sound. And then, as you guys are, and I won't do a surprise round on you because you found the dead body and the clue leading it into it. You are being bum rushed currently by several large kobolds and their companions, which happen to be very large blue lizards.
Very large blue lizards. That's unfortunate.
Is it been a day?
What do you mean?
I don't have. Jeff doesn't have the effects of Wargong. I just wasn't sure if another day had passed since we had
multiple days. You guys were you've been traveling for 6-7 days.
Did we rest? Oh no, we were traveling.
Yeah, so you would have had to have rested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey, Mike, what was the? You said we get a bonus if we sleep in the house. What is that again?
I listed them off. I don't remember what they all were. The fighters get if you use action surge, your first hit with action surge is automatically a crit.
That's right. That's right.
The bard and the cleric each got their own special one too, and I don't remember what they were off the top of my head.
The bard one had to do with if he still had inspiration, he got extra add proficiency to something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't.
And
It'd be nice if we actually.
Well, you're
a pseudo cleric.
When you use divine, what's the name of that thing? Divine
precision.
No.
Yeah, it was when you use
Channel
your what's
divinity.
that? Channel divinity. That's what it is.
Yeah,
but that's what yours is, isn't it? It's your channel divinity is divine precision, isn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah, it would qualify.
Bastion doesn't actually have.
It would definitely qualify for it. It's in building discussion. Let me see if I can. Not discussion. No, it's in Graniteback Keep.
When he posted that, I assumed that he was about your precision.
Manifest Destiny. When you use your channel divinity class feature, all allies within 30 feet regain 3d8 hit points. Encouraging inspiration. When an ally has unspent bardic inspiration dice, their proficiency bonus increases by 1. So when Jeff inspires somebody, the rest of that fight, if they don't use that inspiration, their proficiency goes up.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
a +1 to hit.
Yep. So it's +1.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. And
that is really cool.
And then you guys can't use those things again until you take another week-long rest at your keep.
That was what I wanted to ask you. How long? You said we got it once, but I didn't know when it recharged.
Yep, you got to take an extended rest at your keep, which is 1 week.
Okay.
So
I don't tend to give up bardic inspirations often, so we'll see.
Maybe you should start.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many other good uses for them.
That's true. So I'm going to minimize that. And there we go.
This is a really familiar spot.
Yeah, I know. I use this map all the time.
I like this map.
It just makes sense. It's good for everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, these guys are a little bit bigger. All right. So, initiatives. Ooh, there's a nat 20.
I was going to say, Jeff already rolled his 22.
You did?
That's
it's
a lot of guys.
I got it, though. I fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to re-roll my initiative, unless you want me to keep the 8 from before you applying the rest.
Oh, yes, please.
That's
We'll
what
put you
pulled
at
out our initiative. That
Do I get to go before the kobolds?
8. You get to go before the drakes. Not. Oh, you got a 16 too. Yes, you do. So let's give you a 17. Tie goes to the player. All right. So Jeffrey, you're up first. Although
Jeffrey's up
Thanak can roll a
first.
D10 and add it to his.
It's true. Thanak may go first.
He might still.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
5. It's a 5.
Okay.
It didn't work, but it's a 5.
All right. So Thanak is up first then.
All right. I will. When does Thig go? Thig goes super late. Not super late, but he goes 16. I will. Thig, I'll go north. You go south.
Copy that.
I gotta see what space this is. Fine.
Oh, you should bring him in.
I can't get that far anyways to him, so I will.
You want them to just pile around us?
I smell spirit guardians coming, so the answer is yes.
Probably, yeah.
So I'll move here, and I will cast. What's the name of that spell? Psychic Blast at. We'll go. Well, we'll just go with Blue Drake number 2.
Do it.
Where's this? That hit. That hits. It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. And one more. Oh, I miss. All right, and that's it for me.
All right. Jeff.
Jeffrey is going to also get into the circle that they're seeming to make here. And then I am going to hold.
We're going to line up just differently.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I was going to cast a different spell. I'm just going to hold a Thunder Wave for the first, bunch of individuals within blasting range where I won't hit some friendlies.
Okay. Sounds good. Mav. Oh.
So Mav's going to step forward.
Do it that way?
And he is going to cast Blindness
Blindness.
at 4th level.
Okay.
Oh, you get a whole bunch of people in that.
He gets 2 of them. And then he's going to run back.
And that is all I shall do this turn.
All right. So, Blue Kobold 4 and Blue Drake 2 are blind. So, Kobolds go first.
Jeff, I missed it. What did you do to me? Why are you targeting me?
That wasn't on purpose.
Oh, okay.
In these kobolds, they're definitely kobolds, but they are easily 5 feet tall.
Huh.
They are much taller than you.
They're co-bigs.
Kobigs. Blue kobold number 4. Let me make an athletics check for him to. Oh, he goes running. He's trying to get in the right direction, and he makes it to here and falls down.
Joy.
Let's see. And the kobolds out there, 2, 6, and 3, they look like they are ready for action.
Nip it in the butt.
30, get there. And he'll go there. He'll go there. Same with those guys in the south. Othig, you're up.
Okay. I think I'm just going to hold my action for someone to step into my space when I get to take my reaction. Is that okay?
Sure is. All right, so the Drakes are now up. Blue Drake.
And I will move right there.
Oh, I got to roll to see if that kobold's still blind. Right? I get that at the end of my turn? Never mind, he's still blind.
No, they're blind for a minute. Nope, they do. You're right.
I was going to say a minute.
Constitution saving.
Okay. The Drake... The Drake leaps over the kobolds and lands right there. So that is number 2. Actually, he's not going to do that.
The blind.
He's the blind one. So he is going to fumble his way and smelling around, and he ends up over there. This one is going to leap over the kobolds and land there. So held actions can now start whopping on him.
As soon as he shows up, all 4 of these jerks are getting thunder waved at second level.
Do your thing, man. That poor blind one.
The one that just jumped over his friend midair just gets blown backwards.
Nice. Alright, so this guy.
I'm just like, nope.
Yeah. He should totally fall on top of the coal.
I saw all of them get pushed back, and it just seemed like dominoes to me.
And I'm just going to shout, I can make thunder too!
And these two are going to pile up on Othig. So Othig, go ahead and take your crack attack at whichever one you want.
I said the first one, so I'll do Blue Drake 4.
Sounds good.
We'll take the brunt of my wrath.
Oh man, I'm so glad they all failed. That was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh man.
You're like Sauron. The base just whoosh.
Right?
That was my reaction.
Okay.
It felt so good. Oh,
Nice.
Mav, what is this circle around us? What is this?
That's Spirit Guardians that's about to come out, I'm guessing.
Oh,
That's my turn.
Okay, so the 2 that are within 10 feet of everybody else, I need dexterity saving throws as lightning begins to arc off of them. It feeds back and forth between the 2 drakes and then just rolls off onto you guys. So it looks like they're using each other as a power conduit.
Are you absorbing that, Mav?
It is not a spell. It is.
Oh, this is natural.
It is a natural effect that they have.
Okay, so we're gonna rule it that way.
That's for this one, yeah. Because I have specifically said before in the past that a dragon's breath is a natural attack. So this is that same type of business. What do we got for saves here? Anybody who beat a 15 made the save.
Who needed a roll? It was just
Everyone.
Oh, okay.
You're all in the area of effect of this aura that they are putting out.
Sorry, I tried to kill her.
Oh.
So let's see. Othig is
Really, Othig's the only one caught off guard.
Yep. So Othig, you're going to take 16 points of lightning damage. Everybody else is going to take 8. And then they are going to each make a bite and a tail attack at Othig. 18. 17. What is their plus to hit? Othig, what's your armor class currently?
19.
19. So 2 of them will hit you, one with a bite and one with a tail attack. So as they come in, one clamps onto you with its jaws. Oop, I just rolled an attack on you again like a big dummy. And then I did it again. Why did I do that? Alright, there's that. And then the other one's going to thump you with its tail. And that's back to the top, boys. Thanak.
It was pretty good on your D6s.
It's average. 6 plus 2.
Yeah, plus 3.
Two is blind.
2
right?
is blind, correct.
I don't want to...
2 is blind and probably very confused. It just got blasted backwards.
Yeah. I will... I will move right there. Stupid. I will move right there, and I will do Psychic Blast again. Because I don't want to move too far. Let's see. They're all kind of hurt. We'll do 2 again.
Nice.
Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, you for advantage. Alright, that was kind of lame. Alright, and that is it.
Jeff.
That hurt. The electricity I do not like. I would. Is that something that happens at the beginning of our turns or just on their turns?
It happens on their turns.
Okay, so Jeff is going to move.
Yeah, I had a question. Where is that arcing between?
It's arcing between the 2 that are right next to each other at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not going from like 1 to 3. It's not that far.
No, it's not. But you did see it. It looked like they had to be about 10 feet away from each other as they were charging. That's when it started.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I am going to. I'm going to cast Polymorph on myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to become a mammoth, and I'm going to stomp off this way.
Bye!
And then I'm just going to, get ready to charge on my next turn.
Okay.
So, and then before I do that, though, I'm going to bonus action undeniable logic to Drake 3. So he'll have disadvantage on his next saving throw and take 8 psychic damage. Good grief.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. That puts Mav up then. Spirit Guardians are out. Beating on Drakes.
Spirit Guardians are out.
Self-propel. Yeah, you're gonna have to throw me one of these days, and I'll turn into a mammoth midair. They're hungry.
Dude, I would love to do that.
So anybody that enters the circle will have to take or make their save and take 15.
Okay. So let me make a athletics check for the kobold that's blind. That's much better. Does he know where he is when he gets up? Kobold number 4 runs 30 feet that way.
That's awesome.
Actually, I'm only going to have him run 20 feet before he realizes the sounds of the fighting is the other direction. And so he's going to run and then double back a little bit.
There's also a big giant rock on the ground. You just have him walk.
Trip over it, fall on his face.
So everybody else
use the rest of his movement to get up.
Close ranks. And so, Andy, if you want to put your damage on the other kobolds, they are coming into the zone. Ryan, one of these kobolds is going to have entered into your field. So that's where they're all going to end up.
Nice.
Andy, if you want to roll your damage on all of them.
Yeah, the laptop's being a little slow.
Alrighty. You won't kill them, so I will start their attacks. They are all wielding long swords, and they look well taken care of. So let's see. There are 5.
I sense an upgrade for Othig's Infinite Armory.
Othig's going to get hit once. Mav's going to get hit once. Thanak, what's your AC currently?
19.
You're going to get hit once as well. So everybody's going to get hit once.
Okay.
Except for the mammoth.
Except for the mammoth. Oh, hold on. I got to... There we go. There go their saving throws.
Do you want me to roll damage again, or do you want to distribute that, the original?
No, I can distribute that. What was the original? Actually,
15.
roll damage again. It'll just be easier. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
They're actually the same amount of damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And let's see, Mav, I still have to hit. And then I need all of you guys to make dexterity saving throws as the lightning from the drakes arcs to their swords and does lightning damage to you guys.
How many times do we have to roll, though? Just once?
Dang it, Mav. You had to do it while I was monkey.
Oh gosh, that was a terrible 3d10 roll. Mav, you will take 9 damage. Everybody else will take 4. That was a terrible, terrible roll. Othig, you're up.
We continue pounding on Blue Drake 4.
Oh, you took him down. Bummer. I was really hoping to get my drakes back in there this round.
That's it for me!
Alright, so Blue Drake 3 is going to run down here. And then I need to make a roll for the other Drake. Nice. He is going to come down here. And these 3 guys are all going to start chain lightninging you. So I need dexterity saves again, guys. Oh, that's much better. Ooh, all 3 of you are going to take 29 points of lightning damage. And then I need to make attack rolls. Othig, you're going to get hit twice. Thanak, you're going to get hit once.
Okay.
So Othig is going to be bit and tail slapped. That was a good bite. That's max damage on my bite. That's a pretty good tail slap, too. And then Thanak, you are only getting tail slapped. As these drakes just come running in and the lightning is increasing, it's obviously doing more damage. Now that there's 3 drakes there, I was really hoping to get all 4 in, but that's fine. Thanak, you're up.
So all the drakes are pretty hurt. Okay. I am going to... Can I tell between Drake 2 and 3 which one is more heavy?
Drake 2 and 3. They look really close.
Okay. Alright. So I will go after Drake 2 then. Should that still be at advantage?
He's still blind.
He's still blind.
Oh, he is still blind. Okay.
Yeah. He just sniffed out which direction you were.
Oh, I get it. Okay. I assume that's over his for bleed damage. That's all right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Boom. That was a good hit.
Is that just a regular hit?
Yeah.
Okay. And good.
Nice.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
That ability, is it an automatic thing? Do I decide it? Is it an automatic
It's
hit?
an automatic thing. The first hit you make is automatically a crit.
So I still have to. I still have to actually hit. It just isn't a crit.
Correct.
Okay, alright.
Huh.
That's not gonna hit. Oh my gosh. I will make that a...
Okay, that's fine.
And
It would be. So.
Okay, and I'm gonna... Is it shift? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Did I get him exactly?
Yep, you sure did.
Jeez, alright, well, good. Alright, no more lightning.
There is no more lightning field.
Good. Alright, cool. Alright, that's it for me.
All right, Jeffrey.
The mammoth is going to charge number 1 and gore him.
The kobolds look a little nervous.
Do it.
It wasn't a big
Oh,
deal
wow.
until this mammoth came out, and now they're a little nervous.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to stomp attack kobold number 2.
That's just terrifying.
5.
This big
Yeah.
giant hairy elephant rams their last drake, and then it just up and comes down on this kobold.
And I imagine that its mouth is head level, so it just like roars right at the one who's next to him.
Yeah.
Like right in his face.
Yep.
Oh,
And then, because, that's part of the trample, I'm just going to keep running out over here and turn around for another one. So number 5 can take its attack of opportunity if it wants.
it does want. It does want indeed. That is going to be a 15 on the
My
mammoth.
AC is a 13 as a mammoth.
All right, so he does not get his lightning damage on you. That's sad. I was really hoping to get another round of that because that's super scary once you realize the kobolds are all doing it too.
No,
Yeah.
it was super scary. Don't worry.
All right, Mav, you're up.
Mav believes it was super scary.
Yep. Oh, Mav's about to die. Red Wizard is about to die.
Needs food badly.
Okay, so Spirit Guardians goes off, and then Mav is going to cast
Guess what?
Blindness.
Oh, there's a lot of failures in there. There's a lot of
All
failures.
of the kobolds are now blind.
This is excellent.
You might as well just cast the darkness.
Oh, because you guys are.
I know, but for their world.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what happens as all these kobolds go blind and start shrieking. Kobold number 4 kind of pokes his head up over that rock and looks around. Can't see anything. He's looking around, and he starts to crawl away from the noise. Real fast. Direct opposite of the noise. So we are going to remove him from combat.
Go get a mammoth.
Wait a minute. Did you remove?
That smart?
Did you remove him from combat? Do you know who we are? We're chasing him down.
Well, you still have to finish this first, and we'll see if
We are going to chase him down across the country.
If we have to bring him back, we will. That's fine.
There's an arrow with his name on it.
Yeah.
So let's see. I now have. Oh man, I have a lot of D. All right, first guy gets 2 attacks, so but they're at disadvantage. So that's 8.
Oh, but
dice.
everybody's at disadvantage.
Ooh, he's still gonna hit you with one of them.
Poor pack of jerks.
He's gonna hit Thanak with one of his swings.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I got a 17 and an 18 back to back. So on the dice, plus they're plus 5. So
Better flight, you know?
why is that partially resisted?
My
Your
My,
ward.
uh,
Yeah, never mind.
my ward. Yeah.
And then the next 2.
I know, like he thinks he's doing a really good job, and he hit me for 1.
Othing, you get hit too.
These guys are doing better than they were when.
I know when they could see.
Yeah.
No, they hit each of you once.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then let's see, none of the ones by Mav hit him. And that one guy is going to fumble his way forward, and he is going to take a swing at Othig. And nope, I have 3 2s and a 6 in there. 3 2s, guys. He's just swinging wildly as he's walking forward. He's like,
he's panicking.
oh, he's like, you're up. That was a good spell. I need to make saving throws for all those guys.
Jeez.
Yeah, buddy.
A 19 and a 20, you would have crit either one.
Oh my gosh, these saving throws I just rolled for these kobolds. Mav, what's your spell DC?
19.
Only one of them is still blind. I have 2 nat 20s in that saving throw mess.
Wait, which one did you just blind, or did you not blind because...
It wouldn't matter because...
It is the...
Please tell me it's number 1.
No. The number 3.
Oh, okay.
So Othig goes to town.
Do they take attacks of opportunity blinded?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna step away.
Well, you're mobile, so... Oh, it would only be against the guy you attacked.
Yeah. But I'm gonna step away if they can.
They're no longer blinded.
Oh, they're not.
Why not?
Correct. They're not blinded. They
Only
save.
one of them made their saving throw. Or failed their saving throw, excuse me.
Oh, I thought you said the other one. I thought they were all blinded except for one.
No, number 3 is the only one not blind. Is the only one still blinded.
I get it. Okay.
Okay. No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Alright, that's back to the top. Jeff, Mammoth.
No.
Mike one's down.
Oh, cool. Let me
One is
remove
down.
him. Boink.
And Thenix. Thenix first.
Oh, Thanik is thirst. My bad.
Thenix is thirsty.
Then
Red
it is
Thenix
thirst.
is thirsty.
That gets thirsty.
Is that the with bleeding?
Yes.
That was a terrible roll. Still
Dying.
and then I will move right there and go after number 5. Dead. Gosh, I feel like Othig.
Isn't it great?
Is this how you feel all the time?
All the time. All the time. That's why I'm so excited for combat.
Alright, Jeffrey.
Just wait till I get my level 15 ability.
Aw.
What? I missed it.
Oh,
These guys have some armor on. They're not your standard run-of-the-mill kobold.
Alright, I'll just stand there menacingly.
I mean, I can only assume. Yeah, I can only assume you're not trying to run over Thig and Mav in the process.
I can take it.
Yep, but no, you can't. Not at the moment.
What did you do?
The Spirit Guardians.
Guardians came back out. Yeah, alright.
Oh,
No, well, the blindness is not concentration.
Oh, I thought it was. Nice.
No.
Very nice. So Mav cleans up the field. You guys
Yeah.
have killed the kobolds. And
Nope.
before
Nope.
we get in,
Nope.
before we get
Nope.
into chasing him down, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Getting the longbow ready. It's coming out.
Get into it. You can climb the mammoth for a better line of sight too.
I would love to. It would be my honor.
I'll put one of my tusks down and just like flip you up onto my back. You'll have to probably do an acrobatics check.
I mean,
Something.
are you big enough for more than him?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge creature. You guys could all sit on my back.
The three of us are up there just shooting.
Dude, we're all getting on and we're going.
I wanna stand up
Wait.
with one foot on your neck and the other foot on your head like I'm George Washington.
Like you're surfing him?
No, like I'm George Washington crossing the.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Hey, what's your speed as a mammoth?
40 feet. But I'm guessing with my 24 strength and 21 constitution, I'll be able to
To
go
dash.
for a while.
Yeah. I was gonna say I could keep up with you.
Yeah, but this way, while we're on his back, we can still attack without having.
I want to be able to regale people with tales of being able. I want Jeff to be able to regale people with tales of Othig riding a mammoth while firing a long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought about pulling out the T-Rex, but I was like, no, This is a whole lot more fun if I'm a mammoth.
Mammoth is a good choice. Yeah, and I want to just chuck spells with my hair blowing in the wind.
All majestic like.
Yes.
All right. So that kobold did recover from his blindness. So he is out in the wind, and you have a general idea of where he went.
They all climb on the mammoth.
Okay.
For a better viewing vantage point. And then I'm going to use my charge, and I'm just going to trample in that direction until they spot him.
All right. Make perception checks, you three. At advantage because you're elevated. Those are good. Oh, where's what do we got here?
18.
18's not bad. And Mav is 19. All right, let me make a stealth check for a little bit.
I'm also going to use my war gong.
Yeah.
Oh, you rat. Without that war dog I had you. So you see him, and you see this bush, and this tumbleweed is moving, and you see little blue feet sticking out underneath it. You thought for just a moment that it was just a tumbleweed, and then you're like, there he is. So the mammoth goes running, and what do you...
Oh, come on, man. We wanted to take him alive.
I didn't.
You're the worst.
Roll damage, Mav.
Oh, God.
36. Wow.
Well, Ryan, you get to take that longbow shot at advantage because Mav hit him with a guiding bolt. That'll do.
Gosh, guys.
Did that kill him, or is he still alive?
He is still alive.
All right, well.
I get a second shot.
You
did go for it.
Shot. That one's not at advantage, unfortunately. So you'll have to...
Oh. Okay.
That one's going to go wide, unfortunately.
All right. There's both of those rolls.
Both of those will hit. His AC is 15.
Oh, sorry. Ignore that. That's the wrong one.
So 10 plus 9 plus... He's dead. Dead. You just watch him grab his head, and he starts thrashing his head around, and then the mammoth starts trampling him, and it's all over.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like, what's the quality of those weapons that they had?
They're not extraordinary quality by any means, but they're definitely not kobold weaponry. So you guys get off the mammoth and you start to examine the corpses, and at a casual examination, something you're all skilled enough to do, they're wearing blue painted chainmail armor. They had shields, and they were rocking well kept longswords. All their equipment is in good condition.
Would I be able to tell? Like, is this do the blades look like they are? They're not kobold weapons. So would I be able to tell whose weapons they are?
Correct. They're not racially identifiable, but they're definitely not standard kobold make. You do find one very unique thing that they all share in common, including the drakes. The drakes have a brand on them. They have a symbol similar to your guild table, but without all the elements etched into them, except it's a pentagon. That symbol is on their armor. It's branded onto the drakes.
Is it familiar to any of us?
It is not.
Does it look like religious iconography, or does it look like a mark of ownership?
It looks like a pentagon with 5 lines meeting in the center.
So it's just a simple star.
No, you're not pentagram, pentagon. Like a square, but 5-sided square. So the pentagon. And then there are lines all going towards the center. And they meet in the center. From each of the angles, there's lines that meet in the center.
Yep. I'm understanding now. But it's not familiar to any of us. I'm I'm going to stay up mammoth unless I'm asked to not be one, just because this is fun for me. Because I'm normally so little, and this guy's really, really big.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, their equipment would be, it's valuable. It's definitely worth something.
Yeah,
it's in good condition. It needs some repair now that you guys beat the tar out of it.
Yeah, but we can. I mean, Othig and I at least can take care of that.
How long until we get to Elm?
About another 2 hours.
okay.
Can we ride on the mammoth for a short ride?
I'm going to say no because the mammoth does not have a saddle system. You would have to actively be holding on. Yeah.
What if we just like draped a hammock around his
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I was just thinking of. Exactly.
Do you have a hammock?
No, but we've got lots of ropes. We can crisscross them. It's going to work great.
You will save no time. Just take your rest. By the time you do some crazy crisscross weave.
But we did it.
You're trying to turn me into an olifant.
Yes, exactly.
Also,
I don't know why this is a bad thing for you.
By the time this project finishes, he's going to depolymorph.
That's true. That's true.
Covered in ham.
Wait, where is that? Like, where would the ropes be then?
It's just hanging from his mouth.
We got some blankets and we got some bedroll.
What a wonderful question.
All right.
So, are you guys looking at taking a short rest?
If he wants a short rest, I'm okay with that.
If they're going to take a short rest, I'll turn out of Mammoth, and I am going to use my cloak and find what looks to be the most official kobold culture. One of them has to be kind of the leader-esque, I'm assuming.
It's really hard to tell with these guys. These guys, for one, they don't look like real kobolds. I mean, they do. They look like real kobolds, but they're 5 feet tall. They're huge.
Right, so they've been enhanced in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So
there doesn't seem to be a distinction between any of the others.
Okay, I'll just pick one at random then.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my cloak. I'm going to set him up like a dignitary, and I'm going to cast Speak with Dead on him.
Okay.
Well, he's doing that. The drakes, are they like what are they?
Are they harvestable?
Yeah, that's what I was going to look for.
Examining them, you've heard of drakes, which are basically a lizard dragon. They don't have the intelligence of dragons. They rarely have breath weapons, but they share a color, which history about kobolds. Kobolds are all into dragons, so it would make sense that these guys wrangled some drakes.
Sure.
The only unusual thing about these drakes is where they normally have horns and a ridge brow. These drakes are growing crystals out of their heads.
I don't know if those are of any actual use, but I would definitely like to try to take some.
Okay, make a survival check then. And Jeff, prepare your questions.
Yep, and Thanak, don't forget that I'm a taxidermist by skill.
Oh, you can definitely do that if you want.
Yep, but I'm doing a ritual at the moment. So.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so your ritual goes off. You have 5 questions to ask this kobold.
Yep. First question I would like to ask.
Who's your daddy? What does it do?
Who is your daddy? What does he do?
That's 2 questions.
How did you feel about being trampled by a mammoth and then shot in the back?
No, that'll be the last.
While being black.
That one does not have a functional face.
Ask him if he saw when you ran his.
It's the post-death survey that we start doing for all of our things. Like, so, how would you rank our terror factor on a 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 5, would you vote?
Ma'am, can you do me a favor and put us together a post-death survey for
the kobold would tell you it started as a 5, but it escalated to a 9 when the mammoth came out.
No, first question I'm going to ask is who is it that these guys serve?
I'm not telling you that. And the voice is super clear and intelligent sounding.
Well, seeing that he's going to be, would he be considered hostile?
Yes.
I would like to use my soothing words and calm his emotions.
don't know if you can do that with a memory.
I think it just you apply it to a creature.
It's not really a creature, though. Speak with Dead is conjuring like an echo of the creature's spirit.
It's not a creature. It's not. It's literally you're talking to the body.
That's right. Okay.
Although, what does it do when you do that?
So it's just soothing words. The level 3 College of Eloquence. You can cast Calm Emotions using your Charisma modifier, and then the number of times equal to your Charisma modifier.
So Calm Emotions would take the hostility off of the edge off of it? I'll dial him back a notch. So he's not hostile, but he's definitely not friendly.
Okay. And then I'll so if you don't wish to tell me that, so where did you acquire these weapons?
We all have them. They're given to us.
So you didn't acquire them; they were gifted to you. Is that what I get? He's saying to me.
Yeah.
Okay. How many more are you?
More. And it kind of like, you can feel it smiling and laughing at you.
Yep. So it doesn't want to tell me. Do I feel like I did get it to calm down a little bit, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Had you not done that, I wouldn't have even given you any information. I'd still be telling you basically to go screw yourself.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot that Speak with Dead, they can just answer.
I don't have to tell you the truth at all. I can lie if I want.
Yeah.
How would that work with the Zone of Truth?
I think they do interact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I have a sidebar question?
Yeah, I've got 10 minutes to do this.
It's not a question for you, it's a question for the DM.
Okay.
What's up?
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on this thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We would have to bring it back to life to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I do have Spare the Dying.
It's already dead. It's been dead a while.
It's been dead at least 10 minutes because he ritual cast it.
Yeah, we would we would have to do that with the next group of them. What is your goal?
To serve.
Ask it how we can help.
Oh. Yeah, I will take that approach. I will use deception.
Mm-hmm.
And I will ask it if I wish to. If I were to wish to join you, how would I go about that?
Find an eye of the 5.
I have no idea what you just said. Sorry.
Find an eye of the 5.
Eye of the 5. Wonderful. Would
that was 5?
that was 5. Yep. This was going to be a question for you. With the way that he said that, and with everything that's going on here, do I feel as though Legend Lore has any application or usability in this scenario? With the way that this creature is talking about something called the Eye of the 5, and the fact that these kobolds are so unique, I don't want to waste the components if I don't feel like
You'll get much of an answer.
I will get much of an answer.
Make a history check.
Sure. Is anybody else proficient?
Yeah, I am. I have a +8.
Holy crap. I do not. Are you okay with Thanak making the history check?
Yeah, you guys start to discuss the things that the head told you.
Go ahead and make that an advantage there, Thanak.
With guidance.
With guidance. Beautiful.
25.
The Eye of the 5.
You do not recall anything about the Eye of the 5 or the 5 or anything historically related to this situation.
We're totally on the 5.
Oh my gosh! You can't say that. You weren't there. You weren't there.
I witnessed Weston being harassed with it his entire high school career.
Oh,
Oh man. So with the fact that with his extensive knowledge of history, he doesn't know anything about this. That means it probably isn't legendary.
I mean, not necessarily. Just means that I don't know about it. So as a dwarf, whenever we hear the number 7, word 7, we immediately have
Connection.
Connection. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is there any kind of connection to 5? Maybe not necessarily the eye of the 5, but like, is there any kind of?
Not that you can think of.
Okay.
Your role covered the entirety of the situation with the information you have at hand.
I get it. Okay, cool.
Yep. You can't put anything else together. So this either qualifies as something of ancient legend that is not common at all anymore, if it's legendary at all, or it's something new.
Yeah. And with the fact that the Granite Backs had spent so much time in this area and never encountered anything like this, the likelihood is that it's new.
Yeah. Well, as far as you know, historically, with a 25, no one has ever seen a kobold of this size or intelligence before.
Right, because it was just talking as if it had a full...
As if it was above averagely intelligent. Because it was wily enough to give you very evasive answers that actually caused you to have more questions.
Yep. Okay. Let's burn the bodies. And I will taxidermize the whatever you want out of those other ones, unless you want me to actually skin one to take as a prize. Then
not necessarily as a prize, but I definitely would I know about any kind of like reagents from these guys. I mean, like, I assume their scales probably have some kind of value.
Not much, actually. Drakes are a magical creation to some degree. Some of them can breed, but somebody magically created them, so the reagent isn't in them, it's in whatever goes into making them.
Okay. But there's these crystals.
These crystals are odd and unique.
all right.
So we should definitely take these crystals.
Sure, go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh, I was going to use my actual taxidermy and leather.
That's fine. Yeah.
Much better at that.
Yeah, you expertly
You have guidance with that.
Sure.
You
Why
expertly
not?
carve out these crystals from the head. You have 4 sets of lightning drake crystals.
I'll give those straight to you.
Okay, cool. Can we get some teeth too?
Sure. With that, sure. I mean, with that, Phil can just take the whole all the bodies back with him.
Maybe some talons.
There he is. Phil's back.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it again. Dang it, I didn't do it at all last week. I did it this week. Though.
No, and now it's just showing up everywhere.
I was ready patiently for it.
You said what? How many? What did I get? What did you get?
4 sets of lightning drake crystals.
And then, then we can, I guess, take our rest. I want to burn the bodies if we can.
Sure, you pile them up, light them up, take your rest, and head off for town.
Yeah.
I would like to grab some teeth and. Did you want some claws? I was gonna make some necklaces for us.
You can have whatever you want off these things, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Matt, did you want any claws?
I believe Matt said claws.
He did, but I don't know what he wants them for.
No, I was just mocking you.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna grab a claw for him. I'm gonna grab a big talon, and when he's not paying attention, I'm gonna attach it to his staff.
His brand new stick. So,
yep, like a gift, because I think it's super cool.
Sweet. All right, so you guys gather up your resources. I'm guessing you're going to haul back the arms and armaments as well. We talked about that? Okay. So that's a lot of stuff you guys are now carrying, but it's fine. You're dwarves, you're sturdy people. You haul it back. You come up over the rise to Illinois, and the first thing you notice is there are a lot more than 500 refugees here.
Jeez.
It's got to be much closer to 1,000. The entire town is surrounded by camps of refugees.
Are they blockading anything, or is it just they're just
surrounded? At the moment, they're
them?
not, but there are people everywhere milling about. So you can see 5 definite camps, but there is just a sea of people surrounding this town.
Okay. Whoever is the most charismatic of us, so probably one of you two.
I was just thinking that some sort of statement should probably be made to maybe calm down the instigators in the crowd.
Oh, you want a statement, do you?
Just at the very least, let them know that food is coming from Barovia. Not a lot, but some. As well as the Isle of Unity is sending assistance as well.
Yeah, just something related to the plans that we have to help this group of people.
So you're gonna approach just a mob of people, or are you headed towards one of the camps?
I think maybe towards one of the camps, and maybe slowly make our way through it. I mean, everyone here would recognize us, right?
No.
Like, we would be... No?
You're just another group of dwarves at this moment.
Yeah, because a lot of these people aren't from Elenos.
Yep.
What if we used Jeff to, like, quote-unquote, infiltrate the crowd first and, like, point out who we are?
A whisper campaign?
Yeah. So as to, like, bolster our attention so that we could address the crowd more effectively.
I mean, if you want some attention, I can get us attention.
The DM will lovingly remind you that most of these people sided with the Firstborn. They might blame you for the situation you're in.
Mav was also going to remind you of that situation.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, it's not that I wasn't thinking about it, but, I mean, we also,
It's complicated. Your relationship with the North is very complicated.
You know what? It might not even be a bad idea to...
I was just trying to focus on... What's that?
It might not even be a bad idea to bring that up ourselves and say, we know about our part in the situation you guys are in, and we are doing everything we can to make it right.
I mean, yeah.
We are in?
Because I was focus on you guys at all, just because they all hate you. They have no idea who I am.
I was more just trying to capitalize on the fact of, like, what we've done recently to help out all the crazy and why we're here.
That's why I said your relationship with the North is very complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
We might get a few to be nice, but a few are going to try and kill us.
I mean, bottom line is let them try. We put down a couple of people, and it will scare the rest of them off.
Did we take a short... Did we end up taking a short rest or something?
You got a short rest.
I need to roll some health dice then, because I'm not going to be able to fight anyone in this condition.
Right. If we kill anyone, we create martyrs to a cause, and people rally behind martyrs.
Listen,
also,
I'm
that
not
might be
saying
the
we
spark
should do
we
that.
need.
I'm not saying we should do that. What I'm saying is I'm not concerned about some peasants who are malnourished attacking us at the moment.
But you ought to be.
No, what I'm saying...
by sympathetic.
Well, what I'm saying is, listen, they kicked us out of here. I don't care much about them either. All right. However,
I thought you left willingly.
Did your legend lore not get that right?
No, we did leave willingly.
No, but I think it's not a bad idea to mention. Listen, we are trying to make this right. While there are some people who may be upset with us, they're already upset.
Oh yes, I know.
Okay.
I wasn't.
The arguments are out. Which platform are we taking? Just sending Jeff in for a whisper campaign, or are you just doing a grand entrance?
What do you guys want to do? I can accomplish either.
I still think the whisper campaign would... I'm hoping it's effective.
Who knows?
All right. That sounds like the avenue we take. So, Jeff, you're going to head in to the camps and start to talk about how
the newcomers and the rumors of help from the Order, that they're sending an official.
Mm-hmm.
That the Order is sending an official. That the Southern Empire is sending an official to try and lend aid, and that what was the group that Othig is with? The Black Claws.
The Black Claws.
That the Black Claws are attempting are sending a representative to clear the way north to Illinois.
Are they?
Well,
Yeah,
that's a weird the Black Claws.
We
So
plan to clear the road north, so it's not a lie.
I had to process that to see if I needed to make him roll deception or not.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's not.
We intend to clear the road north.
Okay.
He's a representative of the Black Claws.
Jeff, make a persuasion check for me, followed by a perception check.
Persuasion, I'm a real good at. Bap and bap. Oh, yes. Oh. And perception, you said?
Yep. This is going to be a disadvantage because your persuasion check was so good.
Perception was at... Oh, I already rolled one, so there's one of them. And perception.
Okay.
Oof. 11, that's great.
You start to talk about aid coming from the south and other places, and everybody starts to crowd around you. And you look at these people, and they are definitely starving. Many of them are already beginning to show the signs of emaciation. Several of them you could see, obviously have diseases. They are in bad shape.
Yep. When I start to get too much of a crowd around me, I'm going to cast invisibility and move to a different area so that I don't get too much personal attention.
Okay. People are going to start to talk about the invisible halfling, and that's going to... Or
I'm
short
a dwarf.
Yes, you are a dwarf. The invisible midget dwarf, who...
Yes.
That's not going to work in your favor.
Oh.
These are not the type of people like that stuff.
Well, I wasn't like gonna disappear in front of people. Like if I had a group around me.
There are thousands of people out here.
Yeah, there's 1,000 people here.
Yeah, what I meant was like to try and evade the group and like dart around the corner of a tent to just like not to just poof.
I don't think you're understanding the situation. You showed up in the middle of an ice cream convention and yelled, "I have the cure for fatness."
See, that's the opposite of a whisper campaign, and if that's what we were going for, I would have just cast Major Image and projected the image of the martyr over.
Okay, all right. So, okay.
That works.
Even still, the amount of attention just saying those things is going to draw is huge.
Yep.
So,
favorable?
Make a stealth check, I suppose, after trying to get away from the crowd you draw with your massively persuasive abilities.
Yeah.
I'm also decently stealthy.
You're pretty good at that. So, all right. We'll backpedal a little bit. The first group of people you managed to get away from. But now people are talking about who told them this, and these rumors are starting to spread. And this is where that perception check comes in. You notice, as in all of these groups, these people move in packs. And there always seems to be somebody in charge of a pack.
Oh, so do I feel like I've figured out maybe who some of the disseminators are?
It's hard to say because the groups have behaved differently. Like one group you told because you didn't quite start the mob action that I thought we were starting. One group that you told immediately got offended when you said the Barovians were sending aid, and they're like, "Those soft fists, the ones the Emperor had to continually bail out. Psh, who are they going to help? They don't even defend their own country. Blah blah blah."
Potatoes.
I'm an angry person.
Yeah.
And so you get some of that, and some of that. You notice their opinion usually comes from that center person.
Okay.
Like some of them will start to be on one side or the other, and then that person will kind of say something, and then everybody kind of follows suit with that person.
Okay. So I would like to, if they're close enough, use message to let these guys know how all of this is going.
Okay. I would say they're too far for message.
then I will use. I believe I have sending from the cloak, if I remember right.
I think you do too.
I do. I will utilize sending from the cloak and send a message to them then instead of using message.
Okay. So I think overall, as you scurry about the city, outside of the city walls, and I'm going to say you get to cover the south side of Illinois pretty well. And overall, your campaign has been successful.
Groovy. Gosh, I have no way to mark them. Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I really want to try and discredit the dude that's doing the hype talking. And I feel like in a battle of words, I could very easily overtake him. Mm-hmm. But that would require also putting myself in the limelight.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily think I want to do that without permission. In my sending, can I convey that to these guys to get it in short enough of a burst?
Yeah. You'd send it in like stop talk. You'd be like, "Wish for campaign success. Ringleaders, dissident. Permission to verbally engage."
Permission to verbally engage. There you go. I like that.
Ooh, I don't get to use this much anymore. Approved.
So with that, I will approach that individual, kind of just like.
Are you approaching? You're approaching a dissenter, not an agreeer, because there were both kinds.
I will approach a dissenter, somebody that I feel like is dissenting and trying to stir up rebellion. And I'm going to use that halfling nimbleness to just kind of appear right next to him and be holding his hand.
Okay.
I just want to look up at him and kind of look at him and be like, I know what you're doing.
He yanks his hand back from you, and I am going to make an attack roll as he goes to slap you.
Oh. I will attempt to make that not happen. My AC is a 7.
Is it 17?
17? Yep.
That's what I got.
Then I will... what is it called? Second chance! And make him re-roll, and he has to use the new roll.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Oh, he has to use it. Right?
Yep.
Right?
He crit slapped you.
Yep. Creature... Force that creature to re-roll, that's all. Yep.
You go to jump out of the way, and he just backhands you ferociously.
I'll be right back. 1 second. I got somebody at my door.
You slapped him out of the game.
Yeah.
You hit him so hard in game it hurt him in real life.
So, what do you guys want to do? You're just chilling on a hillside.
I mean, I think at this point, the three of us are probably taking bets on whether or not he's coming out alive.
I was actually going to ask before, and now I wish I would have, if we were going to, after his first communication, use that as the segue to slowly roll in.
That'd be great. Let's do that. How much damage did I take?
No, Mav is totally talking with Thanik like, I'll bet a gold. Like,
yeah.
He's not
gold on
that.
what?
Okay,
you know what? I will take the bet just out of sport. I think you'll be okay.
Spite.
Filbert, I did it again. Dang it, Jeffrey.
Bothig wants to change the bet to, I bet I can hit a dissenter with him.
Oh gosh, what is happening? What did I do?
I'm
you take 2 points of damage, but I do need a strength saving throw from you, or you're going to get knocked prone.
Andy, I just realized what you...
14.
14. So it's pretty good. You get knocked back. You don't get knocked down, but he definitely bends you over, and he looks at you and says, "Don't touch me, cretin. Who do you think you are?"
I'll introduce myself by my full title.
Which is...
just Jeffrey Goodmark.
Okay.
And that's who I think I am. And I believe that shortly you'll know me as the hero of these people. And I will kick him in the nuts and dimension door away.
Make an attack roll.
Wow. This escalated so quickly.
You should do a Johnny Cage punch and not a kick.
Yeah.
I kind of don't have a choice being that much shorter than him.
Yeah, I don't think you could reach him with a kick.
No.
You'd have to do a jump kick.
With a +4. I'm not proficient with hand-to-hand, so it's just going to be dexterity. I don't think that's going to hit him.
No, that's definitely not going to hit him. You go to
So I take a swing at him and then dimension door away.
poof, you're gone. Right as you're leaving, you do see several other large men closing in around you.
That's bad.
Yep. So Jeffrey pops up by where you guys were, and you've already started to head to town. So now he's behind you, and he's running to catch up. Sending is you are definitely now close enough to use message.
Okay. Good.
But you get caught up to the group. Let them know that the campaign went pretty good till you got slapped and tried to nut punch a guy.
Canon. I love it.
I wanted this to happen so bad.
You wanted Jeff to nut punch someone? That's what you wanted?
That's what I wanted.
Golden child.
Yep, just like that.
Mav is just gonna be like, well, it's not the worst failure we've had.
Nope.
Oh, why is that gift so slow motion?
Oh,
It's great.
It's not in slow motion. That's how the actual video is of
Great.
Hurt my soul.
The look on his face when he looks down and sees what's about to happen is
He's like, oh no!
Yes, so good.
all right. So you guys are now approaching the crowd, which has been whipped into a bit of a frenzy, and it's kind of spreading a bit. The crowds are moving around the edges of the city to the south, where it seems like the action and the focus is at the moment. And so you guys come walking up. You are met by a man on horseback, which you're kind of surprised that there's a horse still, that nobody's eaten
boy.
yet.
Yes, I was just going to say, how has no one eaten that horse yet?
Yep.
Who is this guy?
He introduces himself as Lord...
Achilles.
No. Bum, bum, bum. Surprise gopher.
So bad.
No, what's this? Lord Felris of Krenshad. He asks who you are and what you're doing here.
Just tell him we're sons of Elenos.
Mav would give him a slight bow to show respect to his title.
Yeah.
And introduce ourselves as
Sons of Krenshad, that was good.
Kren that are here to assist the play of the people.
And he says, that's kind, but I don't see wagons of food.
They're coming behind us. It's going to be a couple of days.
Are you the ones who've been stirring up trouble, he says.
I feel like...
Stirring up trouble? In a sea of 1,000 people, you're gonna blame stirring up trouble on one person?
From what I understand, that one small dwarf was very persuasive.
And I am.
I feel like we should just explain the situation.
Does this guy seem like he was self-appointed after?
Oh, you were super glitchy there, Andy. Sorry. Your laptop got you.
That's okay. Does he seem like he was self-appointed after the conflict, or was it before the conflict that he was?
He carries himself like a long-term noble. So...
Then I'd be okay with explaining the situation.
Okay. You explain the situation to him, and he says he's genuinely interested in it, and he asks if you'll follow him to his camp.
I would like to see if he's going to set us up for an ambush.
Make an insight check.
I'm not very good at that.
I just kind of assumed that everybody's setting up.
Oh, that's all right.
Roll the advantage.
I'm not very good at that, he says. As he's got a +9.
9.
Roll it at advantage.
I forgot it was one of the things I took last level. Oh, advantage?
A little bit better.
Better.
He seems genuine, but he doesn't trust you.
It's fair. I don't trust him.
I think I'm okay with that. I think if he trusted us, I'd be more worried. If he trusted us, he'd be an idiot.
Yeah. So he takes you to his camp, offers you some water. He doesn't have anything really in the way of food. His horse is the last worldly possession he still really has.
I don't think I could take water from this guy.
They don't have a problem getting water. There's several local wells that they can tap. It's food that's the problem.
I would offer to Thanik, knowing that he does so well with water of questionable or.
Thanik will drink it. Give it to Thanik. He'll eat it.
He does. He'll eat anything too. He ate the pie of ultimate evil.
Yep.
Seriously.
So I guess we'll kind of feel this guy out and see if he's the one we should talk to with the immediate aid that we have, or if there's someone else we should be delegating to when it comes to the immediately help we have with those scrolls before the rest of the food gets here.
He says that he would certainly appreciate you using your resources on his people. He would explain to you there are 5 factions that have basically set themselves up. They are all being led by formal nobles of the capital. The only thing they agree on is that if Illinois doesn't help them some, that they're going to take the city.
Okay.
That's the only thing they're agreeing on. And he's on the fence of he's not necessarily interested in that, but he's also not interested in watching 1,000 people starve to death either.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask him if he realizes that Elenos can't assist, like in their position.
He gets this super sad look on his face, and he says, "If half of them die, and half of us die, the survivors live."
I would describe the dude that smacked me and ask if he knows who that is.
Petard.
Yeah, he sounds like a petard.
Is he expendable?
Of course he's not expendable. He's one of the leaders of Crunchad.
That right, but you just said if half die and half live. Is he okay? Is he on the half you're okay with not making it?
He says he'll likely be nowhere near the battle.
That's unfortunate.
I would ask what we gain by assisting his people and not those of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd gain me as a staunch ally, for one. Because what's going to happen when you bring out this food, these people out here are going to turn on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, immediately.
And that means these people, my people, are going to defend themselves against the other people. And people are going to die here no matter what, either quickly by the sword and spear or slowly by starvation. Much of the help you're promising isn't going to arrive in time for all of them.
No, it's not.
I would agree.
So, do you guys have any other big world allies I don't know about, by chance?
Us?
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's
not
Jeffrey
that,
asking.
I mean, not that aren't otherwise engaged in their own issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many sets of food do we have, or how many groups can we adequately support with our food?
You could
Good
feed
question.
about 300 people with what you brought with for a couple
So about
of days.
About a third.
Ish.
Yep. But that's only for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like that's enough to get our caravans here, or
It'll be pretty close for those who've eaten, but it's In the meantime, it's what's going to happen.
Okay.
The whole place is already talking about food coming.
Yeah.
How many people does he have?
He's got about 200 people.
We can feed 300
Yep.
for a couple days?
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's very strictly rationing.
What if we feed... How long can we feed 200 people?
You could feed 200 people probably 4 days.
This is arguably a completely immoral choice.
Mav nods
However-
with you in agreement.
However, if a battle's coming, do we want to have soldiers who are somewhat barely sustained? Or do we want soldiers who can fight?
Yep.
So that is
Again,
a remarkable question. My thought in all of this. How far is it to Mariasi?
2 days.
So, yeah, 2
days.
days, something like that.
It's a day to Kopanis and 2 days to Mariasi. And you know Kopanis is holding its own. Mariasi's doing okay. But you have heard that the road to Mariasi is very dangerous.
Yep.
also, we can't leave with 900 people still at the gates.
No, but
These
what we
are
can
jobs.
do is feed some here, send some to Mariasi. We lead some to Mariasi. We leave food with the people of Elenos to distribute to the people we leave here. We take half with us to Mariasi, leave 500 with the rations that we have to hold them off until the caravan comes in a few days. That caravan should help these ones, and if we can make it to Mariasi, we can at least get some people help there. And then, like Thanak had said before, split that group in half, 250 at Mariasi, 250 to Euros.
It doesn't sound like they'd make it that long. They can't wait a couple days for the caravan.
Some of them could.
We may lose them along the way, but that also lessens the force here for a fight. It cuts the force here in half for a fight.
Except the force was double expected when we got here.
Right, and we have enough food to feed 300 people for 2 days. If we leave them with the people of Illinois, and with the strict order that they are to feed the people outside as well, ration it out appropriately, a few people will die, yes. But all I heard was if Illinois doesn't help us at all, we're sacking the city. So this gives Illinois the ability to help somewhat, placate the people, get some of that Whisper campaign actually initiated, and we're moving forward to the north, which finishes out the rest of our promised things at the moment.
When we walked through the city, through the crowd, how weak were they?
They're not doing good. You know they outnumber Illinois about 2 to 1, and that's the only thing they got in their favor. And they're in various states. You can tell some people have eaten better than others, but I'd say about 10% of this crowd's not going to last the week. And
You
if you
said
send them on a march, they're not going to last the day.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to have them march. I was going to have them follow us. We were going to go clear the road, them follow us at a non-killing pace.
Yeah, but if we go at a pace that they can survive, I think it's going to take longer than 2 days.
It will definitely take longer than 2 days for them to make it.
Oh, it's a 2-day forced march to Mariasi?
No, it's
a 2-day trip for us.
for people who already have 4 levels of exhaustion from starvation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to make it.
Well, that's my thoughts.
Some of them would make it for sure, but
Sure.
a lot of them wouldn't.
They're not going to make it here either.
But
Like
I would
that.
say, as your DM, with that plan, you have a better chance of saving more people, if you can persuade the leaders of the groups to go along with it.
Yep. I think we would get this guy.
What'd you say, Mev?
Why don't we present it to this guy?
Yeah.
See what he thinks.
He
'Cause he seems-
he paces around a little bit. He's rubbing his beard, taps his lip. If I go in on this, my people stay here. We do everything we can to make it seem like it was random, but my people stay here.
Can you help prevent a war?
I can definitely keep my people from sacking the city. Mine are the best fed. It makes the most sense that they would stay here in case we bill it as in case we have to take the city. The most fighting capable force needs to stay.
Are we holding on to the previous insight check for his honesty, or do you want a new one?
You can make a new one.
It's
about the same.
At advantage.
Oh, dang it, Mav. You keep...
With guy.
Stop it! 16.
It's about the same.
Okay.
He's definitely self-interested. He's a noble. He's going to do whatever it takes to take care of his people. But he, as far as all that goes with that information, he seems on the level.
Yep. Just because it's funny, I'm going to ask him if he's aware of illusion broadcasting.
Of course.
Yep. We have a contract with them, and I wouldn't hesitate to make you a show if you disobey, if you go against this, and I guarantee you it won't be a show you'll enjoy. Just to put that in his head that
you're blackmailing this guy with reality TV.
Nope. I'm just making sure he knows. He
has a moment where he kind of fangirls a little bit. He's like, "What do you mean you have an in on them?" And he's looking around. He's like, he looks at Mav and Thanik and Othic, and he's like, "You were on the show. You were on Naked in the Fae. I remember your episode. That's amazing."
Yeah.
We do not speak of that episode due to some people.
Give it to Santa. Killing anything. So I want to know who he would suggest be the other group to stay here.
He says, honestly, if we're looking at it from a military standpoint, Pater's group.
From a military standpoint, meaning we want them to stay because they'd lose?
No, because we'd win. I still intend to win if I have to.
Still intend to win if you have to take Illinois.
If I have to.
Where is our guild hall?
It's in Illinois, in the center of the city.
Right. That's what I was asking. Is it in Illinois or is it on the outskirts?
No, it's in Illinois. So Cadmus is in there somewhere making plans to do what he can to deal with whatever is happening outside the city.
All 1,000 people, he's like, I think we
can come. 500, he was probably like that.
Yeah.
1,000, he's like, all right, we're going to lose someone.
And he's looking at the other two like, how many can you take?
Could we send them to secure the... And we would protect Elenos at that time?
You could try and get in the city and talk to him.
Yeah, I intended to do that. I wanted to make a quick trip to Despina's and
that's a half day down the road.
It's half day down the road.
Yeah,
Towards Crunchad?
Yep.
Jeff, I can get you inside the city real quick.
How?
The way you guys came in with the way the ridge work works and that it was a large detour.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Because her tower's up on some precipices and some plateaus.
Yeah, I wasn't there for their trip there, so I actually don't know anything about that.
It is not an easy place to reach.
I really want to do it in front of this entire crowd.
To throw Jeff over the wall.
Yeah.
Yeet.
The issue isn't so much throwing him over where he's going to land.
Jeff, do you still have Dimension Door?
I do. I have one more use yet today.
I also have a use.
That will get the four of us inside.
It would.
So we'll have
Felrus
speak with Nut Punch.
Do you want to tell him if they have to, if they feel like, obviously that's not the plan that we want, but if they have to go in, do we say something like the guild hall is off limits?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say if we're going to give them food, we can make that the guild hall is neutral. It is neutral ground. If you attack it, we will burn everything down.
Yeah, basically.
But at the same time, if our guild is defending Elnos, they would be hot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then we would have this conversation with them on the inside.
Okay.
We would just let Elnos fall.
He'll tell you that his intention is to minimize the damage.
If Illinois falls, I really don't think that's something Cadmus and his group are going to be able to prevent anyway. It would be a situation of making sure that their lives are spared in the conflict. That's what I'm more concerned about. That we tell this guy that the guild hall is off limits, and then when we get a chance to go inside, we say, if this happens, like, just know that we don't want you guys to waste your lives.
So surrender. From what you know, that's not in Cadmus's cards.
What?
He'd tell you that's a nice thought, but no one's taking him alive, and he's not surrendering, and he's not stopping fighting for what he's going to fight for.
Maybe we should send him down the road then.
Yep.
So I think that's probably your best idea. So Dimension Door into the city?
Yeah.
All right. Felrus is going to start to work on the other leaders and see what he can do to organize the groups with false promises of hope, basically, in Mariasi.
I mean, is he going to be equally upset knowing, like, figuring out that we sent him away so that he couldn't intervene?
Well, you'll have to ask him. So you zip to the other side. You find him almost immediately. Him and his 4 guildies are at the gate.
This is one of those things to where before we engage with them...
You cut out, Adam. Before you engage with them...
can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would definitely talk with the 4 of us and let him know, let us know. This would be great if it is a nice conversation with Cadmus, but if we need to pull rank, then we pull rank. He's not staying here.
Right.
Okay.
Real quick before we get into all of that, in Euros, how many people were outside while Ulrin was doing his thing?
Ulrin doing his thing saved hundreds of people.
Okay.
Outside, there were barely anybody outside because they had all started to march towards the tower where you guys fought the Nightmare Lord. They were all minioning towards the Nightmare Lord.
And Ulrin led them off.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to mention that to these guys as part of the legend that I'd heard about them and ask them if he would be able to help in this situation at all, or if you guys trust him to. I've heard stories of him throwing parties. Is he the kind of person to bring food to a party?
That's an interesting question.
I mean, he does engage in debauchery, which is one thing.
These guys could use a good time.
Even if it just buys them one more day, I mean, maybe a drunken revelry outside of Illinois with your fey companion isn't such a bad idea.
This might be something that we would remember, but when Ulrin came here and wrecked the town,
Yeah. was the town he trashed.
Yep,
I didn't want to bring that part up.
No, it was here.
Gonna like it.
It was here. They were all like having a good time and partying. Were they like eating?
Yeah, I mean,
drinking.
It was all stuff that they made and they brought to a feast.
Okay, because I do remember. Okay, I do remember that part of the event that we had with him, there was food. So I didn't remember. The question that I was going to ask was like how malnourished from the night did they look afterwards?
Well, they looked fine when they ate.
Okay.
And for the most part, he didn't create food.
Okay.
He created a party inside of a party.
It was a BYOB.
Yeah.
Which is probably a bad thing because then they're just going to eat through all their rations.
Or they'll dance and
Die.
Yeah, I mean that's what ecstasy does.
right, let's talk to Cadmus.
Yep.
It's getting late. So you guys teleport into the city, and you find Cadmus and crew almost immediately. They're at the main gate where the majority of the refugees are now massing. And he says, I don't know if I'm happy or terrified to see the four of you here.
That is always the question.
Has Jeffrey met Cadmus yet?
Yeah, you're on your way through before.
Yeah.
He does very friendlily greet you, shake hands, and what are you doing here? This is not a safe place.
We have come to save the day.
Attempt. We've come to attempt to save.
We have come to save the day.
I'm all ears. What's the plan?
You and your group are taking whoever is willing and able to Elenos.
Mariasi.
Or Mariasi, I mean, sorry.
And then on to Euros.
And then on to Euros.
Okay. That's the plan?
That's the plan for you. Some people are probably not going to make it. But the people that do make it will have you to thank for it.
And you're staying here to defend the city?
We have some supplies coming in town. We are staying here to defend it and hopefully work out a deal with all the rest of the refugees.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fool's errand, but
I mean,
better than dying on a wall, I suppose.
I would tell him that the roads are dangerous, so he needs to take it.
Yeah.
He's aware. I might be able to muster up some extra help with the guards here in the city if we're leading the refugees away.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll explain to them what we ran into with the kobolds and see if he's run into anything like that.
Like this, and he pulls out a medallion. His has an eye on it. It looks just like the ones you found.
His has an eye, but ours don't.
Yours do not.
Where did you get that one from?
From some assassins that tried to jump us when we were manning the wall last night.
I'll show him our medallions, and that they had specifically said the
Eye of the Five.
Eye of the Five.
He says only one of them had this one on. The other two had symbols just like yours.
Does he mean that people from the crowds of the refugees had this?
He doesn't know where the assassins came from. He just knows him and his men were on the walls, and they were attacked. And he fought the.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad hiding spot.
Yeah.
Intermingle into that.
Yeah, blend in
Do you
plain
know
sight.
if the people that tried to kill you were kobolds or people?
These were people. You got these off of kobolds?
Very
Kobolds?
large, very aggressive kobolds.
He laughs. Large.
And I'll say they were almost as.
We're gonna pull out the claws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're playing with these drakes.
Do you still have them?
Yes.
May I speak with one of them? The one that had that medallion, preferably.
That one might not be capable of speaking. His head was crushed by a brick.
That's really unfortunate. You see, if you leave the body intact, we can communicate with. And I'll go into like the mechanics of it.
Please stop it. Just don't.
Okay. So that guy can't be spoken with, but somebody else could. Okay.
So he agrees to do the job. And so he helps you get back down over the wall. You're lowered down with some ropes. If you need to get back in, come back to that spot, and he'll raise you back up.
Okay.
And
wonderful.
Felris has had a decent amount of success.
Good.
All right.
As he suspected, Petard will want to stay.
What a petard.
Yeah.
That drops the forces back down to 400 instead of 1,000.
Yeah.
And Cadmus is going to lead 600 people north.
Correct.
You mean east?
Well,
yeah, well,
both, yes.
Euros is
300
very north, but they got to go
Sorry, I just got really nervous that they were just going to wander in the fields, and I like freaked out for a second.
300 to go to Mariasi, 300 to go to Euros, and we'll send word ahead to someone there that these individuals are coming.
Okay.
Because we have a bar in Mariasi, right?
Yeah, that's not going to feed 300 people.
No, but that's somebody we can connect with
Yes.
to let people know.
Yes, and you know people in Euros too.
Yep.
So there is now an argument, though. This goes on, and I'd say you guys are there for a day. There is constant arguing between the two groups that are left, especially once Petard knows that the dwarf who tried to nut punch him was one of the orchestrators of this plan.
Told you I'd be a hero.
He's not happy at all with that.
Then
He should feel bad that he slapped.
I'll tell him that he can go. He can either stay and deal with it, or he can leave and deal with it.
Matt asks him if he wants to not punch him in the.
You know what you should do? You should shout that to him from the top of the palace.
You guys are back in the refugee camp. You're not in the city. Unless you want to stay in the city, you can move into the city if you'd rather stay there.
I don't know what Matt said.
Okay.
What was Matt trying to be persuasive with?
Mav is offering him compensation by allowing him to nut kick you.
You do know that Jeffrey's a eunuch, right?
You are?
What does he?
Yeah, he's a eunuch in the Emperor's court.
Oh.
No, none of us do that.
Oh,
I remember you said that once.
I said it when I first introduced myself as a eunuch.
No, that's right.
Why?
I have no memory of that.
I think
If he wants to return the favor.
No.
So
I mean, you can offer it. He'll take the hit.
So you guys gonna start cracking out the food?
I think we were going to wait to do that until after the other people left.
They're on their way up. They've already left and headed out.
Okay.
We're doing a little bit of fast forwarding here as time goes on.
Good.
They're on the road, and they did send about 20 Illinois guards with them.
I would like to. Do I feel like it would benefit Cadmus if he had a couple of those scrolls for an emergency situation?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen as soon as he casts, it's going to turn into a
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
real bad feeding frenzy.
Yep.
No, I get
if you guys have enough for everybody who's there now to make it through 2 days,
Yep.
Then...
Yeah, we can't... We don't want to divide that even more.
No, I get you. Alrighty.
All right, so you guys are hanging out, and night comes around. You got to go to sleep. How you doing that? You setting watches? You just
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely setting watches.
Okay. So
You're a wizard, right, Thanak?
You're a wizard, Thanik.
You're a wizard, Harry!
No, your spell class is wizard, though.
Yes.
You would be able to use Phil's book, then, to do the hut if you want to.
Okay.
can't cast 3rd level spells yet.
Oh, then no, you can't.
No, I can't. 2nd level.
Then you can't use that. Never mind. I forgot that was.
But you have alarm in there, right?
I don't remember.
Yes, because you used to. Make
the
mushrooms that would
mushrooms.
scream.
Yeah. Please tell me that when I cast alarm, it's mushroom.
I was just going to say that.
It most certainly does.
And I don't know this until they come out, and I'm like, huh.
My heart.
Huh.
He's still with us.
He's still with us.
We talk about him every week.
Yeah, I know. We talk about him more than Jeffrey.
So in the last watch of the night, the alarms start going off, and your tent starts getting cut open, and people start coming in.
For what?
You need to roll
We didn't take. I was planning on us taking watches, but I don't know if. Jeez.
That's up to you guys if you wanted to take watches or not.
I still wanted to take a watch even with the alarm up.
That's fine. You can.
Yeah, I did too, but I don't know that it will really change anything.
No,
No,
the
the
event still
alarm-
Yeah.
So
You see that, guys? Last time I got a 20. This time I got 1.
I'm proud of you.
Yes.
And to the combat tracker they go. And ta-da.
Chance, the great equalizer.
Yeah.
They have slashed your tent open to ribbons, and they are coming in hot for you guys. Because of the alarm, there is no surprise. You guys are rolled over and ready. I'm going to assume you weren't sleeping in armor.
I guess it would just depend on
Matt wasn't.
Yeah, I guess it would just depend on
It's up to you guys, because if you try and sleep in armor, you have to make a Constitution check or face a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I would say definitely whoever is on watch is probably in armor.
That's
Roll a d4.
Yep. Whoever rolls, what's your initiative order? Whoever's number 4 can. Thanak, you were on watch.
There you go.
So,
all right,
Othig, you're not in your armor. You can. No, you don't use a shield, so never mind. So, your armor class currently is your.
I have a shield, so if you want one, I can talk to you.
No.
He
I
won't use
don't
it.
want that
Okay.
at all.
Your armor class currently is 11, then.
Did we get a full rest?
I'm going to say yes, you did get your full rest in. Because it was the last watch of the night. So I can even apply that. Oh, it wiped your initiatives. Dang it.
Well, I had a
Wolfie
1.
had a
Immediately
14,
you can
I had a
still
12,
see them.
Jeff had a 6.
All the cultists have
It wiped
10.
Everybody's initiative,
Yeah,
jeez.
it did. You guys...
We're all in the same order, though, aren't we?
No,
No.
Oh.
I'm fixing it. Othig, what'd you have?
14.
Mav, what'd you have?
16. No, 14.
Oh, 16.
12.
I'm sorry.
Thanak, you had a...
1. I had a 1.
That's okay. All right, so Jeff, you're up first. These guys are coming in, and they are dual-wielding daggers that are obviously dripping with poison.
Othig and Thanik, you do not have 5 of your hit.
Oh, you're right.
So I
Just get
wake
5
up.
wounds already. That's the easiest way to do that.
Looking at everything that's going on. I'm assuming these guys aren't civilians.
There's too much going on to tell, but
Well,
they're definitely combatants.
Then I will do the thing that I was going to do if innocents were attacking us, and I will use major image, and our entire tent is engulfed in a giant fireball,
Okay.
so that anything that tries to come into it thinks they're walking into a blazing inferno.
Does Major Image have physical attributes?
It can produce heat but cannot damage. It can do enough to confuse and confound but not cause damage. It can
Okay.
have smells, it can have sounds. It is the level 3 version of the spell. So
Definitely make it smell like burning human.
at higher levels, yeah, it can't be dispelled. So
Alright, so...
my DC for that is 17, I believe.
Okay, it's going to be a half and half split.
Okay.
So
Even-
to be a real jerk in this situation, you'd use major image to like project a humongous chicken, like a cooked chicken, just walking around in seconds.
Oh.
Like, you want to talk about confusing people? That's gonna confuse some folks right freaking
And then
now.
I'm just gonna start screaming
Okay,
like I'm on fire.
it's half and half.
There's a big
So
chicken in
evens don't believe it, odds do.
All right. So with my bonus action, then I will undeniable logic number 1 and just deal some brain pain to him and tell him you should have believed it.
No, well, he did. Odds believe, evens
Oh,
don't.
odds believe. Sorry, I'll go with number 2 then and not number 1. Whoever I saw not believing it, I'll just like scream and like in mid scream just like look at him. Should have believed it, and then he'll have disadvantage on his next saving throw.
Okay.
And that will end Jeffrey's turn.
Othig.
I have to put some armor on.
That takes like
That's
10
going to
minutes.
take you a Takes like 10 minutes for heavy armor.
Oh. All right.
Action.
Who's hold my action? Okay, I'll hold my action.
All right, you hold your attack action until Mav goes. Is that what's happening?
I'm guessing.
Blindness.
Yes, I'm holding my action until Mav goes.
You missed one.
4 of them are blind.
You can only do 5 of them.
Correct.
All right, so then Othig, go ahead and swing away at whoever you want.
They're all in range.
2 and 3. 2 is blind. Yes, they're all in your range. Here's a nat 20.
Go home, little bug.
Does he disappear?
He does not disappear, but Othig does manage to cut him down.
Oh gosh! Oh come on! You killed the one that had brain pain.
That's how we kill.
Action surge. I get a free crit if I hit.
Auto crit. Yep. Well, that's.
Bye bye. Oh.
Nice.
Cult fanatics are out. Hey, it's still half and half.
Oh wait, I don't get another bonus. Never mind.
No, you don't. So, it is going to be their turn then. So, let's see. Odds did not believe. Evens did. So this guy, where's number 3? Was just being swung around, watched his friend get...
Is there a map?
Oh my gosh, yes, there's a map. I'm looking at it this whole time, and you guys are...
Sorry, I just assumed it was theater of the mind.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
I mean, it works. It wasn't a complicated map. But that's really funny. Boink. If you scroll out, there's a lot more of it. But just because I didn't quite know how this whole encounter was going to end, if you were just going to be murdering swaths full of civilians or what, because that wasn't.
It might still happen.
It was a possibility. Okay, I got 4 attacks. 2 of them are going to be at disadvantage, so I'll do the non-disadvantaged first. Othig, you are going to be nat 20'd, and then Jeffrey, you're going to be hit as well.
Second chance, please.
Okay. And Jeffrey, you're going to be missed.
Yay!
All right. So, Othig, I need a Constitution saving throw from you as this guy stabs you with a dagger and you feel searing pain coming off of this dagger. 16. That is enough to avoid or to get a save on the poison. So, you have now experienced this poison before. These guys are rocking Reaper's poison.
Awesome.
You're still going to take 35 points of poison damage.
All right.
And 3 points of piercing damage as he stabs you with this blade. Jeffrey, you're missed. The other 2 guys are at disadvantage with their 2 attacks. So, because
is the 33 halved?
Yes, that's already.
That is
been
okay.
halved.
Yeah, did you see how many shadow dice rolled?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like a crap load.
Away from the fire. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh, they're trying to stab through it.
Oh,
And
okay.
they're blind, so they're on the edge where the fire's not hurting them, but they still hear things going on, so they're slashing out in front of them, is basically what's happening. And they're both going to miss anyway, so it doesn't matter. Thanak, you're up.
Alright, I guess I'll go with... Well, you said...
Because that would be the size of the fire.
Right, but they're not being hurt by it, so they don't think they're in danger because they can't see it.
Gotcha.
If they were being hurt by it, then they'd be like, crap, I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead,
You said-
they're right on the edge of it.
I had forgotten. You said the odds are not?
Are not tricked, and the evens are.
Okay. So I'll go after number 3.
Yeah, but oddly enough, one of the tricked ones is blinded. Actually, 6 would have moved back. Sorry. Now looking at this. So, Thanak, you would have gotten an attack of opportunity against that guy as he ran out of the fire.
Yeah. Hit.
Well, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's
That is a nice
good
one. That's a good one.
All right, so now you may take your next attack.
Okay, I'm going to go after number 3 then. Again. Oh, that's embarrassing. I will, you know what that thing's called.
Action surge?
Yeah. Hot dog. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh. And... Excellent.
He goes over.
All right.
All right, so we are back to Jeff.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Muscle chicken.
Yeah. Muscle, muscle, muscle.
And that chicken's just running around screaming, I still hate that guy.
All right. So number 4 believes in the fire.
Correct.
So I'm going to. Oh gosh.
But he's blind, so he doesn't know he's in danger.
Yep. So I'm going to bonus action undeniable logic him.
Okay.
So he'll take 4 points of damage and have disadvantage. I'm going to attempt to charm person him. Normally he would have advantage on the roll, but because of the disadvantage, he would just have a
Straight roll.
regular roll.
Okay. Do you want me to roll that, or it's going to get jammed?
Nope, I got a button for it. Yes.
Oh.
That guy regards me as a friendly acquaintance, and I ask him to just sit calmly and be patient.
We'll be with you in a
him
moment.
shortly. We'll be with you in a moment. We need to have a discussion.
He says, sure thing, boss. I'm not going to burn up, am I?
No, just sit right at the edge of it, and here, I'll hand him a stick and a marshmallow.
No, you don't have those.
We can't see the marshmallow.
Please hold the line. Your call is very important to us.
Are you going to help me see again?
Yeah, just
Okay.
1 minute.
Good.
One moment. I have to deal with your friends. And then, gosh, so he's no longer a threat.
Nope.
That's right.
That will end my turn.
We will turn him upside down. All right, that is going to bring up Othig.
Okay. Let's see, which one was that? It was 4, so I'm going to attack number 6 then, I guess.
5 is the one who...
Oh, 5 is the other blind one, yeah.
I'm so glad that worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
None of these guys go to a different dimension, do they?
No.
Okay.
They're all people. Just cultists.
Another guy goes
Yeah,
down.
but, you know, I mean, maybe they were people who were born somewhere else.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, Mav, you're up.
Mab is going to shoot off a guiding bolt.
Mm.
I'll duck. You hit me right in the back of the head.
Those are always my favorite flops, is when you accidentally hit one of your friendlies with something super cool.
Yeah. Finger
Boom.
of death.
You light him up, and he dies.
Excellent.
And so now you just have Phil's friendly.
Our friend!
Dang it. Jeff,
Get some info.
True. He's like that for an hour, so let's make the most of it.
Yep. Find out who orchestrated the attack.
Well, we already know that. I'm going to.
Do we already know that?
Be deceptive. Yeah, it's the 5. It's the eye of the 5.
Oh.
I would like to.
But are you assuming that, or do you know that?
I am assuming that. And I'm going to use that assumption to beguile and to deceive this guy into, because he's blind, I want him to believe that his friends won.
Okay.
And that
he only has a minute of blindness.
they took me captive. And I'm going to take him by the hand
Okay.
and dimension door away so that I can speak with him. Because I want to know what I'm getting myself into by becoming a follower of the five.
I have a question.
But I don't want him to not be blind and see that his friends are dead.
Okay.
I only have a minute.
Right. I have a question, and I want to take care of this very quickly, just because of the time frame of it.
Yep.
But do you have? Can you cast Riri's telepathic bond?
I
will
believe
that
I can do that as an action. I believe.
Will that interfere with the charm at all?
No, that one's just a 1 hour thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you pop that off,
Yep.
and then.
I am going to also tactfully cast Detect Thoughts on him, but it only lasts a minute.
Yep. I'm basically telling him I'm trying to get him and me away from the fire, and that his friends won the fight. But I wanted to get us away as quickly as possible so we didn't burn up before he comes not blind anymore.
All right. I would say you can get the telepathic bond off, but the necessity of Phil needing to move this guy away from you is going to negate the detect thoughts. You're not going to get much more out of that anyways, because this guy is Phil's best friend, and he's going to tell him whatever he wants.
Phil.
Who?
Yes.
Guys, one of us is possessed by an owl.
Yeah. So, let's keep going. Jeff, you got this guy for a few minutes. What's the first thing you want to ask him? You tell him what's going on.
Yep.
He believes you because he regards you as a friendly acquaintance. Actually, make a deception check at advantage. I'm sure it's going to be real high.
Probably, but I can always roll bad.
Not as bad as I just rolled. Well, I mean, you can, but I'm pretty sure your bonuses make it not.
My bonus is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, he believes everything you're telling him.
Yeah, so I want to basically get as much information out of him as I can as a new recruit, where I would need to go, who I need to speak with, the ins and outs of...
It's like, where's orientation?
Yep, basically that, yeah. Where do I go to get oriented and blah, 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 blah. And then, as this conversation is progressing, using the Rari's telepathic bond to have my comrades kind of circle around and flank so that when this wears off in an hour, we can just make him go night-night.
So you pull yourself away into a cluster of tents that are now empty because these people have left. And you start to ask him about all this stuff. And he starts to tell you, he's like, well, okay, I got recruited. I was just in a tavern and I was talking about how I didn't like how things were going in the country. And then all of a sudden he starts to convulse. And out of his chest blazes a 5-pointed pentagon. And different elements come shooting out of it. Fire and water, icy water and lightning, and they start to consume him, and he starts to scream, and then they form into a cohesive shape that is holding a very familiar lady dwarf by the head and says, "Did you think I was that stupid?"
A lady dwarf?
Apparently, yes.
Grummy.
Oh.
And you cannot make out what this figure is, but it is a writhing mix of elements.
Cultists.
Yeah.
I will find you. And I will end you. And then the image disappears.
I'll give him our address.
And the guy is a pile of ash and crisp lightning corpse and bubbling acid and any sort of element that's in the normal set of elemental damage has just oozed out of this guy.
Excellent.
Huh. Guys, I think I can cast legend lore on this now.
You think?
Because I am now writing legends about this.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
you'll get the information that you just wrote down.
Yeah, yep.
No,
So
okay.
I wasn't gonna end this
Oh,
abruptly
man.
or in this way, but Phil kind of Jeff kind of forced my hand. Dang it. I was gonna try and keep the mystery of what was happening here in the 5 secret a little bit longer. But unfortunately, as you guys are talking about this or explaining, you hear on a tent flap, knock knock. I'm here to pick up one Jeffrey Goodmark for a trip to Zinji to meet a master. And there's Ulrin like floating on his carpet. He's like, good, I see you're ready. Time to go. And he snaps his fingers and the two of them are gone.
Nice.
All right.
And that's
No me gusta.
that's where we'll stop for tonight.
All right.
Sweet.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Good times.
Good times.
Oh.
All right.